is a live presentation of CBC Sports.
Today we are in the center of Canada. Hi everyone and welcome to Sports Saturday from the University of Western Ontario in London, Canada. I'm Scott Russell. This is a meeting place, one of the great universities of the country. And today the city of London is a meeting place for the Roaring Game. A team from the Maritimes takes on a team from the Prairie for the right to play for the Canadian Women's Curling Championship. And an hour down the road is a city called Kitchener, Ontario. In that city, there's a little ski hill called Chicopee. And there's an athlete who grew up on that ski hill who is only now getting to the top of the mountain at the tail end of the Olympic season.
Today, the next card is dealt in curling search for the Queen of Hearts, a super semi in the Scott. And in Scandinavia, Super G, Canadians are knocking on the doorstep as the Olympic season continues on CBC.
Forest city of London, where there is a way through the woods and onto the Scott final. If your name happens to be Jones, that is. Colleen Jones of Halifax leads her Mayflower Curling Club rink against Jennifer Jones, who won the Canadian Championship last year. She hails from Winnipeg, Manitoba. London, 2 hours west of Toronto, home of the University of Western Ontario, the junior hockey powerhouse London Knights. We've got the Scott Tournament of Hearts semi-final. And from Scandinavia, Hafjell, Norway to be exact, a Women's World Cup Super G, Kitchener, Ontario's Kelly Vanderbeek, fourth at the Olympics in that discipline. Well, today on the show, it's all about keeping up with Jones at the John Labatt Center, one of the top venues ever for the Scott Tournament of Hearts. That's a 10,000-seater. Colleen Jones looking for her 7th Canadian Championship against Jennifer Jones of Winnipeg, who won the championship last year in St. John's, Newfoundland. She's trying to defend, and she'll wear the Canadian colors, red and white, as she does that today here in London. They're trying to get to the Scott final, ironically, to take on Kelly Scott of Kelowna, British Columbia. It should be a great matchup today. Also, we've got Women's World Cup Super G skiing from Hafjell, Norway. Great story there. Kelly Vanderbeek at San Sicario Frateve at the Olympics in the Super G came down the hill very early, and she was the leader for a long time. That is until the great Michaela Dorfmeister of Austria came down the hill and displaced her. Kelly Vanderbeek wound up 4th in the Super G at the Olympics by 3/100ths of a second. She takes a shot at Norway today. Also on the show, we've got Olympic Life with Emily Bryden, a great relationship for that skier with her mother out of Fernie, British Columbia. We've also got an interview with Kelly Scott, who's waiting for the winner of Jones versus Jones and the Scott final. And also, we'll talk to Shannon Kleibrink of Calgary, who brought home a bronze medal in curling from Pinerolo and the Olympic Games. All that on the show today, but first let's set up the semifinal of the Scott. Colleen Jones versus Jennifer Jones. Let's go inside to the John Labatt Center. Here's Don Whitten.
Thanks, Scott. Hi, everybody. Since this event began a week ago today, large enthusiastic crowds have filled the John Labatt Center to watch the field be reduced to just 3 teams still in contention for this 25th edition of the Scott Tournament of Hearts. And it will be Jones versus Jones, with the winner going against Kelly Scott of British Columbia tomorrow for the 2006 championship. Kelly Scott was the dominant team during round-robin play with a 9-2 record. Colleen Jones and Jennifer Jones at 8-3, a tiebreaker between Eve Belil of Quebec and Heather Strong of Newfoundland to determine who would advance to the 3-4 game against Team Canada, and Belil prevailed by a score of 8-2. In the 1-2 page playoff game, tied at 5, playing the 10th end, Colleen Jones with her first shot of the 10th, not having last rock advantage, with a delicate tap back on one of her own stones. BC with the shot rock at the back of the 4. This tap back gave Jones shot stone, and the possibility of a steal loomed large until this great shot by Kelly Scott. An angle raise on one of her own to the shot stone, And with that shot, BC went on to the championship game that will take place tomorrow, winning by a score of 6-5. In the other semifinal, as Colleen Jones got a second opportunity, she will go up against Jennifer Jones, the reigning Canadian champion, and that game will take place momentarily here at the John Labatt Center. As usual, joined by Joan McCusker and Mike Harris. Jones versus Jones. Jennifer Jones as Team Canada. You've gone through it, your experience with Sandra Schmirler as Team Canada. Not a lot of opportunity to prepare for a Canadian championship.
It's always such a wonderful perk to return to the Scott Tournament of Hearts as Canadian champion, but you lose that momentum that all the rest of the teams here have by going through their province and winning. Jennifer Jones' team represented Canada, went to a Bonspiel in Bern, Switzerland. That was her only preparation for this event. You'll see a change in the team that won this Canadian Championships a year ago with lead Georgina Wheatcroft replacing Kathy Gauthier at lead. This has been a team that started off slow. Perhaps that momentum had something to do with it, but coming on strong here. They played so well last night. They're going to be tough to beat today.
Well, we thought at 10 appearances at the Scott, that was a remarkable achievement. It's hard to imagine, Mike, Colleen Jones in her 20th Scott.
It's unbelievable and unfathomable for most teams at this event, but the thing you have to admire about Colleen Jones' team is how they keep coming back and are so strong year after year and seem to have that competitive edge every year. And they've had an up and down week. They started off very well and played extremely well, but they've been a little bit more inconsistent than usual. But again, you look at these numbers, 84, 82, 78, and 78, right near the top of the rankings at every position, and they have been very, very tough and played great, although they lost that 1-2 page playoff game.
So it's the reigning Canadian champion, Jennifer Jones, against the 6-time Canadian champion, Colleen Jones. Jones versus Jones, and I would assume that's the key matchup.
It is the key matchup. The one thing that Colleen Jones has is the ability to play up to the playoff round. She always plays better towards the end of the week. You can see here she had the advantage over Jennifer Jones throughout the round robin, and she was very strong yesterday. Even though she lost against Kelly Scott, she made some fantastic shots. It will be that key skip rocks that will determine who's going to win this game today.
In round robin play, Colleen Jones won a last rock decision against Team Canada and Jennifer Jones. We look for another close battle in the semifinal this afternoon. The winner to go against Kelly Scott for the championship tomorrow.
The Scott Tournament of Hearts on CBC is brought to you by Tim Hortons. Roll up the rim to win. By the original Strauss Heart Drops. Trust the tradition. And by Ford. Built for life in Canada.
Team Canada will not have last rock. That honor belongs to for Colleen Jones to start this semifinal game. Jennifer Jones and Team Canada, and they wear the maple leaf very proudly, but as Jennifer told me earlier, it's like having a target on your back.
No, I mean, we play each other all the time, all these teams, we play each other in the Cashville circuit, so we know who they are, but it seems like every week, every game this week, every team has played outstanding against us. The skips have come out and shot lights out, so, we're expecting a great game today, and I'm sure Colleen will bring it down to last rock, and hopefully we'll have it.
Well, Colleen Jones certainly knows what it's like to wear the maple leaf. She has done that on previous occasions, not only at the Scott Tournament of Hearts, but also in World Championship competition. And Jennifer Jones trying to repeat something Colleen did very successfully. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004.
It was an amazing run, this team from Nova Scotia. In fact, it's so weird that we're talking about Team Canada, and it's not Colleen Jones, it's Jennifer Jones, and definitely something that all the fans had to get used to here as well.
Well, Jennifer Jones really first made her mark on the national women's scene in 2002 in Brandon, where she compiled a record of 8 and 4 in the Scott. She lost the 3-4 page playoff game that year to Sherry Madaw, and of course in 2002 Colleen Jones successfully defended the championship she had won the previous year in Sudbury. This is the new addition, as Joan alluded to, Georgina Wheatcroft, who was with Kelly Law in winning the Canadian Championship, winning a world title and finishing in the runner-up position in Sudbury to Colleen Jones in 2001.
It's heavy, it's back sliding. Especially through the hard. Back 8.
Okay, George.
Back 12 even.
74.
Okay.
Well, not surprisingly, Colleen is going to remove this stone. I think we might see a rather cautious couple of opening ends.
I think certainly from Colleen. I expect Jennifer Jones will decide to mix it up. If she happens to force Colleen into taking one here in the first end, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jennifer Jones throw up a corner guard. But certainly from Colleen, this has kind of been her trademark over the years, and has gone back to it more so this week than she did maybe in her previous Scott win 2 years ago.
And I think as well, these two teams competing in the Olympic trials in Halifax in December, and that was like a Scott Tournament of Hearts. It was like a Canadian championship, and I think the teams that played defensively early in that week were more successful as the week went on, and it really depends on the type of ice conditions that you're given, and that will dictate how the Skips will call the game. As you said, two different styles. Jennifer Jones hasn't got the patience to play up and down the sheet like Colleen Jones. She'll go up and throw that guard very quickly in this game.
Nancy Delahunt is right on target, and Nova Scotia lies one. This year, this Nova Scotia team had to defeat Kay Zink on an extra end to qualify for the Scott. 8-4 here, opening with 3 wins, then back-to-back losses to British Columbia, Newfoundland, Labrador, and a final draw loss to Quebec. But with her performance, Colleen Jones finishing in second.
Hard! Hard! Hard. No roll. Yeah, roll it, George. Go. Good.
Jill Officer removes the stone and gets a bit of a roll to the back of the forefeit, and very quickly Colleen positions the brush for Marianne Arsenault. An 8-7 victory over a longtime competitor, Janet Harvey of Manitoba, in the opening draw, and then a loss to Heather Strong, another loss to Nova Scotia by that 7-6 score, as you see, a last rock decision.
Good girl. Nice shot. 9-1. Ooh, yeah. Seems to be a little more finished today.
So very little to choose from in terms of the 3 teams that are left here in the Scott Tournament of Hearts. They're all such strong teams. There is no weakness. They've been playing very, very well. They're capable of making every shot in the book. And I'm just so looking forward to this game and the final tomorrow, where strategy and the key shot made at the right time is going to determine this Canadian Championship.
Well, we talked about Colleen playing rather defensively in her 1-versus-2 page playoff game against Kelly Scott of British Columbia. That was the case for the first few ends, but over the last half of that game, it was a wonderfully played game with rocks in play, difficult tap backs, angle races, come-arounds. Both sides really played well, with BC prevailing by a single point.
Well, interesting note, the first half of that game, Colleen Jones got down 3-1, and she was forced into playing some aggressive shots. And again, we talked about Colleen able to play both types of games. She prefers to play the conservative style, but she's very good at playing aggressively when she chooses to, and when she's forced to, certainly knows how to generate points, and she showed that in that. Once she got her deuce back to tie the game, then it was just basically a free-for-all. Great curling and a lot of action, and one of the better games I've seen in a long time.
I agree with you, Mike, when you talk about she's more comfortable with this style of play. It's not that she is unable to be successful with a lot of rocks in play, and that's just a true compliment to her team and the shot making that they are able to make regardless of what she calls.
Well, Kim Kelly has been the longtime third for Colleen. 5 Canadian championships. As a matter of fact, Nancy Delahunt, Marianne Arsenault, and Kim Kelly have been with Colleen for 5 of the titles. Colleen won her first back in 1982 in Regina. And that was the first year of the Scott Tournament of Hearts.
It's hard to imagine Scott Paper's involvement being 25 years now. You have the champion, same champion in year 1 and year 25. What a great testament to the longevity of Colleen Jones.
Well, many people thought that when she lost out in the Olympic trials in her hometown of Halifax, that maybe Colleen might contemplate calling it a career, because that had been her goal, to try and qualify for the Olympic Games. She did not, of course. Canada represented by Shannon Kleibrink. But Colleen went into the provincial playdowns, and here she is again, playing in the semifinal of the Scott, trying to get an unbelievable 7th Canadian Women's Championship.
Such a great role model out there for all competitive women in any sport, that, you know, as long as you have that drive and that urge to continue to compete, there's no reason why you should not continue in your sport. You know, Colleen is just such an icon for staying with it and continuing that level of excellence for as long as she chooses.
Well, Jennifer Jones, of course, would like to get the opportunity to successfully defend her championship tomorrow against a former junior teammate, Kelly Scott of Kelowna, British Columbia. You know, when you take a look at some of the records possessed by Colleen Jones,
on the beak.
One of the most impressive, I think, at junior national championships, at mixed national championships, at the Scott, she has participated in a total of 336 national championship games.
It's just unheard of, Don. It's just an amazing record.
140 wins as a skip. Next closest, Connie Laliberty at 74.
And there won't be many skips that catch Connie, let alone catch Colleen. I mean, it's incredible.
What did you get there? Thanks. 9-2?
Yeah, 9. Same idea.
Yeah.
Jennifer Jones taking no time, is already down at the far end, ready to throw. They're banking time this end. They know it's a wide open end. Time clocks are always in play at Canadian Championships, and if you can bank a little time on a wide open end like this, there's no need to go down to the other end to put down the broom.
Roll it, George, a little bit. Good girl.
Well, we talked at the start of the telecast about Jennifer Jones and her team not getting as many opportunities to play, at least in provincial playdowns, that sort of thing, and against teams that were involved in provincial playdowns.
At a 9 and a 9.60.
But they did get the opportunity to play in a tournament in Bern, Switzerland in January. And in the final, they beat Miriam Ott, who lost the silver medal to Annette Norberg of Sweden at the Olympic Games.
For Team Canada, that is their playdown run to get ready for the Scott Tournament of Hearts. Every year, the Canadian representative is invited to that international competition in Bern, and they did very well by winning.
Colleen looking for a blank here.
Hurry!
Throwing the out turn.
Hurry!
And she's going to get a nose hit just enough to bite the 12-foot ring, and as a result, Colleen Jones is on the board. She's trying for a 7th Scott championship. Well, Colleen Jones has to be disappointed that she was unable to blank the opening end with last rock advantage. Conversely, Jennifer Jones and Team Canada have to be quite happy that they forced them to take a point.
That definitely a small victory there for Jennifer Jones, because that was a standard blank for Colleen Jones. Her out-turn hit, it's her favorite. She does not miss that very often. So by hitting it right on the nose and taking that point, I'm going to expect to see some corner guards in play here, thrown up by Team Canada, Jennifer Jones.
Colleen Jones was in Pinerolo and in Turin during the Olympic Games in her role as a CBC TV weather sports commentator for CBC News World. She took advantage of a practice facility that was next to the Olympic venue to throw rocks every available opportunity, and then she flew directly from Italy to London, Ontario to get underway with play a week ago today. She flew in here on Thursday, the 23rd. But with her work commitments in Italy, she left her home in Halifax on the 5th of February and has not been back since.
What an amazing commitment to this game to be able to do that. You know, I've been whining all week that I haven't been on the right time clock.
No.
Colleen came back directly into a national championship. Like that's just amazing, and she's played so well.
Pretty tight. Good.
She played third for Pat Sanders. Georgina Wheatcroft did in 1987 in Lethbridge, where they won
To my broom, it looks light.
the Scott. And of course, Lethbridge will be the venue for next year's Scott.
That's good. That's good. Got it, girl. Good, George. Good.
You know, if it wasn't for Colleen Jones, we'd be talking about how remarkable it is for Georgina Wheatcroft, and that was 19 years ago that she won her first Scott. So that's again another long-time successful competitor in women's curling.
Nancy Delahunt wanted to say happy birthday to her mom, Lois. And I know it was her daughter's birthday this week as well. And again, those are hard events to be away from home from, but I'm sure willing to make the sacrifice if she could pull off this Canadian championship.
Good. Whoa. Good, Nance. Good girl.
And there's the corner guard that was thrown, and a nice center guard by Nova Scotia. So game on here in the second end.
Fine. What do you got? 3/4. You like hitting it?
Yeah. Hit.
Yeah. Throw bump.
Yep. It's a 2 rock. Stay with it.
To be eligible to play in this year's Scott, Georgina Wheatcroft from British Columbia, in joining Jennifer Jones with the retirement of Kathy Gauthier, had to take up residence in Winnipeg. Little tight, she rubs the guard, and the shooter rolls out of play.
Not a bad result there, actually, for Team Canada. They did tick that guard over for a corner and
I didn't quite get to
didn't remove it. Luckily, it was in the free guard zone. That was the final stone of the free guard zone rule. So Colleen Jones will continue to guard.
Halfway to tight.
Good. Line straight. Line's good.
Gotta work a bit if you can.
Line's good.
Yeah, we can work it a little. Past halfway.
Okay.
Actually, we're tight. On its own.
Whoa.
On its
Well,
own.
line's good. Whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
It in.
Whoa.
Marianne Arsenault at second stone for Colleen Jones on Wednesday suffered an allergic reaction to a type of perfume that one of the fellow competitors was wearing. He suffered breathing difficulties and had to be taken to the London Health Sciences Centre University Hospital. And so as a result, word was issued to the competing curlers to abstain from wearing perfume during the course of the match.
That's good, Jill.
Great shot, Jill.
Great shot there by Jill Officer. Long-time teammate with Jennifer Jones. She was on that junior team to win Canadian championships in '95.
T.
Good.
Line's fine.
Line's good.
Got room. Should be T on its own.
Well then, well.
Yeah, it's back, actually. Back
Off.
8.
Needs to come down. It's trying. Can you bury some? Go.
It's gonna go deep.
It's gonna go deep.
It's gonna go deep. We don't want deep, right? Not a girl.
That's a good shot. Nice weight.
Good judging there as well.
Lucky that came down. 77. What'd you get?
How much you have?
3/4. Okay, let's go, Joe.
You heard Kathy Overton Clapham conferring with Jill Officer as to how much she could see of the stone that she is going after, and she indicated about 3/4.
Wait there! Little heavy!
She wants back 8.
Yeah. Yeah! It's heavy! Hard! Hack! Whoa! Hack! Clean! Clean! We've got hack.
It's bumping it out.
That's fine.
Okay.
And Officer will push the Nova Scotia stone through the rings.
That was a good miss. They call it a miss, but you know, the call was to tap it back. But early in the game, you don't want to make the mistake of coming up light, rubbing the guard, and really getting your team into trouble.
Whoa. It's not
Chance
control.
here, though, for Kim Kelly to make a little hit and flop right behind
From that, yeah.
the tight guard, the off-center guard.
Try
About an 11.
Nice and soft.
Try and go, Nance. Yeah.
Hard on it, Nance.
Yeah.
Hard on it, hard. Whoa.
Nice
Great
shot,
shot,
Kim Kelly. Beautifully done. See that soft weight, get the finish at the end, and wait for the sweep.
Like that, or do you want to run it?
I like the run.
Okay. Firm.
Okay. So basically what I threw first in.
When we last saw the Jennifer Jones rink, it was at the Canada Cup in Kamloops, where they lost the final to Kathy King of Alberta. And Kathy Overton Clapham had an outstanding game in that battle for top prize of 33.5.
This is good.
That's the type of shots we saw from Kathy Overton Clapham.
It's a very nice shot. There's an opportunity for you, as you can see, a little hit and roll to that center guard for Kim Kelly.
8 provincial mixed championships, as well as 13 Scott appearances for Kim Kelly. And she was the 2003 Canadian mixed champion, playing with Paul Fleming.
Right off.
You saw how softly she threw her hit to get the curl on her first one. Just throw that little extra bit of weight, and you saw how straight that rock ran. And that was the talk all week here at the Scott Tournament of Hearts, at this type of ice conditions, that as soon as you pick up your weight, it will not curl an inch. Yet if you bring it down to that hack weight shot, it'll curl beautifully around those guards. So a real disappointment there for Kim Kelly.
I think that would have been good ice for Colleen.
So now with last rock on this second end, a great opportunity for Jennifer Jones and Team Canada.
Top 12. We got a
It's an aggressive call here. She's going around the same corner guard and trying to generate 3 points here. Could have drawn open and taken play away and tried to secure a deuce. Danger of playing this shot is if you do leave it open, you'll leave a double.
But if you play open, you'll leave the same hit and roll that Kim Kelly just missed. So, you know, one or the other.
I actually like going around the center guard right into the top of the 8 foot. But anyway, we'll see what happens here. But the double is left. That stone did not get anywhere near enough to the guard to make things tough on Colleen Jones. Very similar ice conditions to Pinarolo in many ways at the Olympics, where it appears to be dished. Will move very nicely into the center, and anything going around wide corner guards especially is very tough to get buried. Now, Colleen Jones has a double opportunity. Her outturn, favorite hit, onto the nose, straight back, and chip the 2. Yellow's out of play.
Many people would choose the intern for this shot. This is a Colleen Jones specialty, where she will choose the outturn because it is her stronger turn. This week the stats showed that as well. Her intern was lower in her takeouts than the outturn. It came up as the week went on, but started off, that was the shot that she was missing early in the week, but really making everything the last couple of days.
Looking at 2, Colleen Jones with her first stone of this second end, leading by a score of 1-0 in the semifinal.
Yep. Yeah. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah.
She'll get them both to lie 1.
Nicely done. just so deadly accurate with that out-turn hit. You just do not want to leave her the opportunity to use it. In fact, in the 1-2 playoff game against Kelly Scott yesterday, Kelly Scott intentionally played the in-turn side of the house every end to force Colleen to play that in-turn.
Well, I think we'll see the same from the Jennifer Jones Team Canada foursome, trying to force Colleen into playing in-turns. And she herself has said she thinks that's overplayed, the fact that the in-turn hit is not her strength.
I agree.
Pretty good.
Dawn,
it's overplayed. But
it is overplayed. She does dance around to play that out turn, but if you're going to wait for a miss for Colleen Jones, you may wait a long, long time. I don't care what turn that you give her.
Another great shot.
Well done.
The one thing to say, though, about when you do look at the stats over the course of the week, you always look for the statistically weaker shot to force your opponent's play. And although it's been overplayed, again, you're gonna run around. Ed Wernick's the guy that I used to play against, and they were an out-turn team, and we would play again in-turn after in-turn after in-turn, trying to make them to play them. And you know, it didn't always work, but it did sometimes. And that 1 or 2 times it did happen. Yeah. You kind of felt vindicated in your strategy. So. It's no secret. Everybody knows it, and Colleen knows it's coming, and the opponents know they're going to do it.
Works too, if you like it.
Yeah.
Watch Colleen. Her routine never changes. Every time she goes down to throw, she goes through almost the same setup in getting ready. Except this time she didn't go for the drink of water.
I was waiting. Normally, that's what she would do. She'd go back to get her drink of water. It takes an awful long time to set in the hack.
Close.
See, Colleen, it isn't always your out turn, and it isn't always the same routine.
There's a break.
There is a break for Jennifer Jones, and she is quickly going to try and capitalize as she gets set to deliver the final stone of the second end.
Great hit and roll there from Jennifer Jones to really put the pressure on Colleen.
It's always so difficult when you're trying to run back on your opposition's stone. You know, it's not hard enough as it is to make those run backs rather than splitting off the one that you're running back as well. So a nice pressure-free draw here for Jennifer Jones. Just hit the paint for her 2 points.
And one comment from all the competitors is how consistent the draw weight has been throughout most of the week. So this should be a very comfortable shot for Jennifer.
Especially early in the game, Mike. Late in the game, we might see some slide path issues down the middle where draw weight changes a bit, but at this point in the game, I would agree with you.
Line's good.
Final stone of N2 for Jennifer Jones, an opportunity to take the lead on semifinals Saturday at the Scott.
Button.
And she's got perfect weight. She'll get her deuce. And the defending Canadian women's champion has the lead in this showdown with 6-time Canadian champion Colleen Jones.
Night.
25th anniversary edition of the Scott Tournament of Hearts. After 2 ends of play, 2-1 for Jennifer Jones, Team Canada over Colleen Jones of Nova Scotia. Well, in 2005, this woman, 20-year-old Andrea Kelly of the Capital Winter Club in Fredericton, New Brunswick, had won a bronze medal at the World Junior Curling Championships in Pinerolo, Italy. That was the Olympic venue. And then, Andrea, tell us the rest of the story about how you got here.
Well, you know, we won that bronze medal last year, so we weren't happy enough with that. We had set a goal this year to go all the way and win the gold medal at the Junior Worlds, but we were cut short, losing our junior provincials. So we set a new goal right away to play down in the women's provincials, and we made it here, so it was a great alternative.
Yeah, a bit of a consolation prize. Your team wound up 5-6 here. How did you find this kind of competition against people like Colleen Jones and Jennifer Jones and Kelly Scott?
Very much tougher. Every game here we had to go out just as prepared for every game, and you know, a little at the juniors you get a little easygoing sometimes, but here it's tough every time.
When you take a look at what happened with Shannon Kleibrink at the Olympic Games, does that serve to inspire a young curler in this day and age that that's the top prize, is to get to the Olympic Games?
Oh, most definitely. You know, our team has been talking a little bit lately and about upcoming events, and they said, you know, next year it starts for the trials for 2010, so let's give it a go.
And you get a chance to play people like Jennifer Jones and Colleen Jones, and I know you see Colleen a little bit out east in the Maritimes. Are these inspirational people? You know, Colleen Jones has been at 20 Scots now.
Very much, yes. it was great to have the chance to play her here. We've never played her down home, so it was fun to play against her here.
Andrea, congratulations on all your team has done, and all the best to you in the future.
Thank you very much.
There you go. There's Andrea Kelly of Fredericton, New Brunswick. Don?
And they surprised a lot of people with their play early in the week here at the Scott. This Canadian junior champion who failed to qualify for the juniors in her province this year, and instead wound up coming to the Scott as the New Brunswick representative. Five-time Canadian champion Nancy Delahunt had lead for Team Nova Scotia. And she holds the brush when Colleen throws, with Marianne Arsenault and Kim Kelly doing the sweeping.
Saw an interesting defense to the corner guard there. Jennifer Jones going around the corner guard. Quite often you may see a team without last rock throw a center guard. I think she played that because Georgina Wheatcroft's rock came too deep into the back 8 foot and really is not in a good position at all for Team Canada at this stage. But remember Mike Riley doing that years ago in the Brier, and that was an unusual defense to a corner guard, particularly with the full rock free guard zone rule. Quite often you'll see teams just throw up the center guard when they don't get the result they wanted early in the end.
Take a little flip in.
Well, there are different approaches to defending in the four rock free guard zone rule, and I guess a lot depends on what stage of the game it is and what the score is at the time.
And as Mike said, where do those lead rocks end up? And I say this over and over again, if you are embarrassed that you're playing lead because you think it's not important, you're wrong. The four rock rule, the lead stones are so important to setting up the end, and if they're not in the right spot, it will completely dominate the strategy that is used throughout the rest of the end. And so that rock slipping into the back behind the tee line determines how Jennifer Jones will call the rest of this game, or this end, sorry.
It's clean. Good Jill.
But you know, you talk about the commitment people have to the sport. Jill Officer has a big time commitment. She lives in Brandon, has to commute 2.5-hour drive to hook up with her teammates for practice sessions and for games.
Same turn?
Yep. Tight. Halfway. What'd you get, Kim?
Easy.
88.
So Colleen Jones, again, that stone at the back of the 8 foot biting the 4 foot is not a threat at this stage, and she's continuing to throw up the corner guards. Very nice aggressive strategy from Colleen.
88.
At some point she will, I was going to say, stop throwing up corner guards. It'll be now. Now that Jennifer Jones is going to hit and lie too. So that's a big miss there from Marianne, and will allow Team Canada now to dictate play and hopefully force the issue.
And the way they'll do that, if Jennifer Jones is hitting and lying too, they will freeze onto that back stone, the shot stone in the back of the house, try to generate their 2 points that way.
Whoa, then. Whoa. Yeah. Hard. 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 Hard.
All you got, Jill.
Hard,
All you got,
Jill.
Jill. Go, Jill.
Hard.
Fully in. Okay. Good calf. 9.5.
Okay. No, she said 4:15.
Yeah.
15 long.
Regular.
Okay.
Regular. Nope. Nope. 3. Hard. Keep it on nose. Hard, 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 hard.
Well, in the sport, in some parts of the country where teams change every year, sometimes during the course of a season, it's quite a tribute to these women representing Nova Scotia that they have been together as long as they have. But when you have success, I guess there's a reason to stay together.
I was going to say success is a very good reason. Because most teams that break up mid-season aren't doing very well, I'm thinking.
A little more. Well, hard. Hard. Hard.
Kathy Overton Clapham just trying to maintain the 2 rocks in the rings. They want to get on.
Go, Jill. Okay. Okay, Kath.
And force Colleen to chase a little.
Good calf. Sit in. Yeah. Crush in.
So now the call is the hit and roll behind that top stone in the 12 foot. It'll be used as a guard.
A little more then.
One of the criticisms of Colleen Jones and her team earlier in their career was that they were too defensive minded. But I think they've made the adjustment, and I think that style of play has changed.
Sometimes it does. I think they've become a little bit less predictable in terms of when they're going to go and when they're not. You just have to be awfully careful. If you're going to play Colleen Jones' team and you think, I'm going to beat her by putting rocks into play, you can get burned very quickly, because as we said on the onset, they're capable of making every shot. What they're comfortable with early in the game or not, that's a different story. But if you
I know mine curled there in practice, but I figured
if you let Colleen
down
Jones' team get a lead on you, you're not going to be able to get it back. That's the bottom line. So you really, whatever style you choose to play against Colleen Jones, you need to make everything.
Great hit and roll there from
middle of the 8, I think.
Kim Kelly, leaving Jennifer Jones no option but to play a freeze. She's a no option. She has an option to play the run back. Again, Jennifer Jones likes to be a little bit more aggressive, and I said we would probably see Colleen Jones play the run back, whereas Jennifer Jones will go the more aggressive route and try to force the issue here. And a good freeze will really put some pressure on Nova Scotia.
I don't think we can hurt top score.
We talk about this all the time. This freeze cannot afford to be heavy. You cannot roll off. A good shot or a good way to miss this is by being a little bit short. Cannot roll off a shot stone.
This looks good. Great line.
Let it work.
The mistake sweepers make is by trying to be too aggressively and letting it roll off. And that was really well done by Jill Officer and Georgina Wheatcroft.
Nice weight.
What'd you get?
I didn't, sorry, I hit it too late.
Feels good. Feels normal.
Yeah.
Just make
wait.
the freeze. We'll just freeze on top, I guess.
So Colleen Jones needs to make the same shot, and not easy again. She cannot afford to roll off. And if she gets one rock here, one more freeze, it's going to be extremely difficult to score 2 points here for Colleen Jones. She needs to get shot stone, though. It's very, very important.
Well, now Colleen's following her usual routine.
It's just because you set her up there, Bob. Normally she does come right down to the very back bumper, has her drink of water, then comes and settles in the hack. She does take a long time, relatively speaking, compared to a lot of other skips. So what her team does is that they throw very quickly. The lead second and third, they waste no time getting the hack because they need to save this amount of time for Colleen to make her shot.
It's almost easier to list the years she hasn't played in the Scott than to recite the number of times she has competed.
This is a wider line than Jennifer Jones had.
Is it going to make contact? Is it going to slow down in time?
It is, but it's trouble for Colleen Jones. Little backline tap and roll buried here will really put some huge pressure on Colleen. Jennifer Jones makes the hit and flop underneath. She will be right on the tee line, forcing Jennifer Jones to move
I'd like to get the inside
her
roll
stone to score.
Okay.
and still get that other red one.
Okay. Let's go, Jen.
And Jill.
Okay.
Colleen Jones is hoping that Jennifer Jones is going to roll far enough away to give her a piece of the button to have a chance to score here.
9.
Oh.
Whoa.
1994, a Canadian Junior Championship for Jennifer Jones. And she has stepped up to the women's level successfully with a fine shot here on N3 to lie to.
Just over curled a tiny bit. They needed to get the sweep on because there is the button available to Colleen Jones for. You see, it just over curled just a bit.
Yeah, just a bit. Curled a bit too. Sorry. Well, that's okay.
Good shot though. Put some good pressure on Colleen, although she's just thrown this draw and has a little bit of backing. She cannot afford to overthrow and bounce off and still get her point.
Yeah.
Trying to get the roll to
Yeah, real danger giving up 2 here, really. Good news is she just threw the shot, and the sweepers have seen it in this exact path as well.
Final stone of N3 from the 46-year-old skip from the Mayflower Curling Club in Halifax.
Line's fine.
Looking at 2 Team Canada stones.
Whoa, no line. Weight's all there. No
the same.
line.
Oh dear, it's losing its
Getting better.
Is it losing the handle as well and picking?
Lots of weight.
It's got to pick that right turn. That's a 13-7, so we're
Whoa.
lost Marianne.
No. No, whoa.
It's picked, Kim.
Whoa. Stop.
That's going to be close. It looks very close, but it
Trying to get it to pick up a handle.
could be the red stone, I would suggest.
Very tough
Okay.
sweeping decision for Marianne. She wanted to sweep it just to make sure the stone didn't lose its handle.
I know.
Looks like red.
I know.
Anxious moments there for Kim Kelly, who knew it had too much weight as well, saying get off of it.
If it had taken the other handle, it would have been a steal of 1, maybe 2.
Yeah.
So they're going to put the stick on it to measure to see which stone is shot, but the initial indication from the overhead camera is that it is the red rock belonging to Colleen Jones.
I think they're really fortunate that it did start to change turns. It was heavy and it was wide. It could have been a steal of 2, and it looks like they may have gotten away with it.
Let's keep plugging, girls. Sorry about your first one.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we just
Misjudgment.
misjudged. Don't say jump it though, because we're just, you know.
So will it be tied at 2, or will it be a 2-point advantage for the defending champion?
Split probably fooled you, because I think we're
Exactly,
like.
the same as my guard that came
most
into the house.
definitely.
I think we're like
thought I was,
five.
I
We
was
were
good.
fooled.
Yeah.
I think you could throw a 5 and get it.
There we go.
It is red. So this game, through 3 ends of play, is tied. Jennifer Jones and Team Canada 2, Colleen Jones from Nova Scotia 2.
Just a reminder, we're working towards World Cup Super G skiing. Hafjell, Norway. Canadians Kelly Vanderbeek, Emily Bride, and Jen Samard take on the best in the world. That's coming up at approximately 4:30 Eastern. Meantime, back at the John Labatt Centre in London, Ontario, who will take on Kelly Scott in tomorrow's final of the Scott Tournament of Hearts. Great game going right now after 3 ends of play. 2-2 between Jennifer Jones of Manitoba, Team Canada, and Colleen Jones of Nova Scotia. Here is a Sports Saturday update for you from Herenveen, the Netherlands. 3,000 meters in the World Cup. Gold to Cindy Klassen of Canada. She won 5 medals in Torino. Second to Claudia Pechstein of Germany. Maren Hogle of Czech Republic was third. By the way, Christina Groves was fifth. Clara Hughes 10th. Men's 1,000 meters. Shani Davis of the United States won. Jan Boss of the Netherlands second. Jeremy Weatherspoon of Red Deer was third. Fifth to Denny Morrison of Fort St. John, BC. There's your Sports Saturday update. Back to curling now. Here are Don, Mike, and Joan.
Scott, a continuation of her brilliant performance at the Olympic Games by Cindy Klassen. It's been quite a year for a woman whose career almost came to an end with the accident in Calgary a couple of years ago.
Good one, Nance. Nice right, Nance. You want to go cornering? Okay.
Colleen Jones had the opportunity to blank end number 1. She just stuck in the edge of the 12 to score 1, and then Jennifer Jones, Team Canada, came back with 2 on the second, and Colleen Jones was a little fortunate with her final stone on N3 to pick up a single point.
It's been a good start to the game for Team Canada. You come into a game without last rock to start the game. You want to work your way back into control, and what I mean by control is tied with the hammer at some point, and it's happened right away. Give them one, take 2, give them one. Now it's your chance now to jump out in front. And conversely, Colleen Jones now is going to fight hard to hold Team Canada to a single point or perhaps steal. And wait till we see this stone from Nancy Delahunt in the rings, but the difference between a rock coming to the back 8 and a stone stopping in the top 4 foot really allows your team to really put some pressure on your opposition. You see at the top of the 4 foot, perfect spot. Guard over curled ever so slightly, but really forces Jennifer Jones to deal with that stone, whereas Colleen Jones was free to ignore that stone in the back 8 last end. So, as I said, lead stones are critically important in order to be successful at this level.
now.
Back eight. Whoa. Back eight. Just back eight. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. Whoa. No.
Whoa.
Georgina Wheatcroft pushing the stone to the back of the four. It's still shot. These teams have met on 5 previous occasions, and Colleen Jones has only lost once. That was at the Scott last year in St. John's, Newfoundland.
Back line to Hack.
And I remember at Mawan Stadium when Colleen was eliminated from playoff contention. She received a standing ovation from the spectators and also from the other players who were on the ice at the time. They all stood and applauded. Some tears were flowing, and many thought that might very well have been the last time they would ever see Colleen Jones at a Scott. And here she is back again in 2006, playing for another championship.
And one of the reasons why is just what we just saw. She's got such a solid team. Marianne Arsenault just making a beautiful little hit and roll behind that guard and really put some pressure on Team Canada right now to get out of trouble. Have them chase. And that's the difference in this team, is that whatever Colleen Jones calls, she's got the team members that can make it.
Okay.
Jennifer Jones doesn't have a bad supporting cast either, as we just saw from Jill Officer, as she got rid of 2 of those Nova Scotia stones.
Yeah.
And if you want to play aggressively all the time like Jennifer Jones likes, you need a player at second who can really throw those run backs. We saw Kathy Overton Clapham make one in the second end as well. And quite often you're faced with 4- and 5-foot run backs, and you need to make them with some fairly regular consistency if you want to be able to play that aggressive style.
Little better than top 8. Sorry. Whoa. Line. Whoa. Yeah. Still line. Lot of line. Whoa. Okay. Top 8, we can go. Yep. Go. Turn. Great shot, Marianne.
Jennifer Jones is going to look to hit and stay in the ring, so she'll try to roll open and take play away from the center guard.
We can't go here. Do you like that better?
Yeah, can we hit and roll?
Hit and roll off the back?
Hit and roll off the back one? Oh, okay.
I like this.
Okay.
Heel again. Firm. Same way you just threw.
It's a tough shot here.
Okay.
You need to save your shooter, the one you raise back in the rings, to put some pressure on Colleen Jones. Big shot here from Jill Officer.
Through the first 3 ends, Jill Officer very solid, 96%.
Another good one here.
She will move the 2 stones far enough that she will be shot.
That is just a fantastic shot. Raise back, get rid of first and second shot. She's laying a shot stone, and now Colleen Jones has to chase. And that, what a difference in momentum of this end.
Back-to-back shots by Jill Officer, really turning things around.
Little flip in won't hurt. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
But you know, when you look at the statistics, Colleen has been very successful this week in stealing points. 22 times she has been able to steal against the opposition.
Throw 9. Okay. Go, Kath. Okay.
Very nice shot there by Kim Kelly as well. Stopping and cutting off the path around the corner guard will force Jennifer Jones to hit this stone to open up that path.
9.
No.
Clean. Yep. Whoa. Yep. No. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
No, no, no.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No roll.
Lot to wait.
She just slides it past the stone at the back.
And she loses her shooter, more importantly. So now Colleen Jones doesn't need to chase Team Canada. They can come around that guard. It's getting late in the end.
George thought it was. I thought it was okay. She didn't say nothing.
Shoot. Come up a little more. Good. I'll give it to you guys.
But both of these teams at the Olympic trials back in December in Halifax had high hopes of going on to represent the country at the Olympic Games in Italy. Shannon Flybrink was the team that prevailed. And Joan, you talked about teams that played defensively early in the week. at the Olympic trials seemed to have success as the week progressed, and that was one of the problems the Clydebrink team had early in the trials, is they were too aggressive. And then they changed their style of play a little and began to make shot after shot and won the right to go to Italy and came home with the bronze medal. And of course they have been here this week in London, proudly showing off those bronze medals to the spectators who have been in attendance here at the John Labatt Center.
Well, one of the tricks about playing an arena ice, and again, you learn this from experience, from coming back to national championships or championships played in arena, is that the arena ice will change as the week goes on. And what you're given on the first weekend to play with in terms of curl and draw weight may change after the ice cures after a few days. So close to that double.
That's twice that Kathy Overton has almost made it.
She moved the second stone, just not quite enough.
Shit. Just I stuck that. Sorry.
That's better, Kathy.
No lack of intensity.
Many of the spectators can read lips. They have the Jumbotron here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They nice to know that Kathy is forgetting she's wearing the mics. Get back into her regular playing mode.
I don't know if I can get around the outside of it. That's the problem.
This way.
So far out. They have to play a tap.
Jennifer Jones trying to find a way to score 2 here, assuming Colleen Jones is going to hit and stay or roll and cut off that draw. Come around.
You'll get it, Kim. You'll get it. Whoa, right there. Okay.
Nice roll. 2 stones on the edge of the 12. Colleen Jones and a 2-2 tie with Jennifer Jones, the defending champion.
And I think that the shooter for Colleen just rolled a half of a stone too much, just so that it's completely under the guard and it'll be used as a guard by Jennifer Jones to try to draw around it and try to get that 2 points, as you talked about, Mike.
Yeah, it's not bad there, though. It's kind of an edge-to-edge situation. So, in effect, Jennifer Jones is drawing around that red stone and not the corner guard.
It's good to hear. Yeah.
Not a great opportunity here for 2, but certainly if she can get some late finish, get the stone mostly buried, and she doesn't mind. This is one of those situations where, as a skip, you'd like to get it back 8 foot, get it buried, and force Colleen Jones into playing a draw. See if you might get a mistake out of her.
Not a bad split, but a little
Line's tight.
Top 8.
Line's
Gotta go.
tight.
T.
Gotta go.
Line only. Gotta go.
Hard line.
Very close to the guard.
Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
She's going to rub off the guard and roll in for shot.
You want to take this deep enough so that if Colleen Jones nose hits it, you'll have an opportunity to nose hit it yourself to score.
Perfectly.
A little bit tight.
The winner of this game, of course, plays Kelly Scott of Kelowna tomorrow for the 2006 Scott title, and then the winner of the Scott will go on to the World Championships in Grand Prairie, Alberta from March 18th to the 26th.
The decision here for Colleen Jones is if she wants Jennifer Jones to throw a hit, she'll look for a nose hit. If she wants her to throw a draw, she'll try to roll under the corner guard. And this is a team decision you would have made early in the week and said, okay, what would we like to see Jennifer Jones do? The way that Jennifer Jones draws, I'd like to nose hit this and force her to play a hit.
A little more weight.
And you don't really expect the miss, but you want to force your opposition into playing the shot they're least comfortable with.
Hard. Quick. Hard. You might get a little something, Kim. Oh, there's a little something.
Oh, we need to go on that right away.
Well, she can hit that and still be shot.
Good shot.
She just has to be careful. You know, you're looking at 3. Can't afford to overthrow this. We've seen the Rocks run. If they up their weight, it won't curl enough to hit that on the nose and get their point.
Go, Jen.
They have thrown this spot twice this end already with Kathy Overton clapping. Interestingly, they threw the out turn with Jill Officer when they played the run back in the same spot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Guy on the back had to turn. Thinking maybe that might be the better thing to make her throw it instead of letting her draw.
Final stone of 4 as Jennifer Jones looks at 3.
Oh, clean.
A nose hit,
Clean.
and she'll get a single point.
Yep.
Good sign they're cleaning it early.
Well done.
And she will take a 1-point lead into N5 in this semifinal at the Scott. Jennifer Jones leading Colleen Jones by a score of 3-2.
3-2 Team Canada after 4. Victoria Park skaters in the Forest City. As is tradition at Canadian Championships, curlers went into the stands and passed the bucket for the Sandra Schmirler Foundation. It aims to care for babies in crisis. Today, board member Alan Gilchrist and executive director Linda Moore on hand to present a check for $50,000 to the Children's Hospital here, accepting Tracy Robinson, the great legacy of Sandra Schmirler, and the generosity of curling fans from coast to coast. There's the information where you can donate to the Sandra Schmirler Foundation. As I say, great legacy of the great champion Sandra Schmirler. Don, back to you.
Yes, and every event when the buckets are passed through the stands, the fans respond in such a positive way.
It's just been a thrill to watch over the years how generous the curling fans are, and the Schmirler Foundation board has responded to that generosity and has changed its motto and wants to give back to these communities that host Canadian Championships. London, Halifax was a donation was made to through the trials in London, Ontario, and then the Regina Briar, where the Schmirler Foundation will give money to those children's hospitals, the neonatal unit, for them to create a legacy to Sandra and support those babies in crisis, and that would make her proud, I'm sure.
To it, right to it! Whoa, clean.
Good, George, very nice.
Little change in strategy here from Team Canada to hit the rock, put in the front 4 foot by Colleen Jones, and not throw the corner guard.
Well, I don't know whether Colleen is still focusing on an Olympic berth in 2010, but a number of the teams, and you heard from Andrea Kelly of New Brunswick, she's thinking about 2010 and the Olympic Games in Vancouver. We talked yesterday with Kelly Scott, who will be in the final tomorrow, and that is going to be their focus over the next 4 years. They're going to remain together, and I think Jennifer Jones also has 2010 as a target.
And that's the trend now. It's teams going in 3 or 4 year cycles, building towards the upcoming Winter Olympics, whatever that might be. And we're going to see a huge shuffle in many of the teams over the summer, and next season you're going to see teams that will stay intact for the upcoming 3 and 4 years leading to those trials for 2010.
Clean it.
Well, a lot of people might not be aware of this, but the last time the Scott was held in London, it was at the old John Thompson Arena, and that was 1986, and that was the year that the Team Canada concept was introduced to the Scott. And Marilyn Dart, now known as Marilyn Bodo, was the winner that year.
Yep. Okay. Out turn.
Out turn, yep.
And Jill Officer, 97%, just playing run backs and doubles and all kinds of great shots. Good numbers.
Kind of pulling a Mark Nichols here. We watched Mark at the Olympics playing with Brad Gushu. Coming up just huge in that gold medal game, playing 97% on those really easy shots, the run back triples, and all sorts of difficulties. So impressive.
Yeah, he made a few, didn't he?
Oh.
Nice, Marianne. Nice, Marianne.
And again, this corner guard now late in the end is comfort for Colleen Jones. They don't like throwing the corner guard when the rocks are in front of the tee lining. You talk about importance of lead stones again. Jennifer Jones, Georgina threw it into the front of the rings at the top of the 4 foot, and Colleen didn't want to take that chance, but she was willing to take the chance when there's a small mistake coming back behind the tee line.
Gotta go. Hard line. Hard.
How about that, George?
Hard.
Go.
Hard.
Working hard to get it past the guard. Will they be rewarded? Looks good. Just by.
Just a little too deep, although the sweepers just really didn't have a chance to judge that rock. They were forced to sweep it for line.
I thought you were top 8 out of your head. Top 8! Line's good. Hard then.
Well, line if you can.
Yep. Line.
We're there.
Yep.
Weight's all there.
Whoa,
Little bump.
okay.
All there, all there.
Sorry.
Little bump.
Sorry, I'm still going with the top 8, Barry. Nice shot, Marianne.
Nice one.
Shot.
Boy, that's slick. I got an 84 on that. I had 87.
Do it.
Back
You're talking
hard,
about
just
split
try to move
times,
it.
3.84 seconds,
Up foot.
3.87 seconds. And once you get up into the 390, that's very, very fast ice conditions. It's the slower you have to kick out of the hack to deliver the stone, the faster the ice is. So the longer the elapsed time is, the faster the ice.
A little quiet.
Yeah. Hard for line.
Hard. Hard line. Hard.
Started curling early, this one.
Line. Go hard.
Again, they're fighting to keep it on line, trying to get past the long guard. They won't get by.
Go, go, hard. Go, go, hard. Okay,
Not really close either.
You thought you can hear
Good
the
weight.
sweepers, they didn't feel that the
Go
weight was
quiet.
quite there as well to play a tap back.
Pretty good weight.
Yeah, it was to it. To it, yeah.
Hey, low.
Through the first 4 ends, very good numbers for all members of both
That's lots.
teams.
Girls should be lots. Be a little stickier out here.
Curling though. Got room. Room.
Got room. Full 8. Hold it if you can.
Yeah, we can.
Full 8.
They're not deep.
Full 8.
all there.
Full 8 only.
Great shot, Kimmy.
Kim.
Two great shots. Back to back.
Nice one.
Marianne Arcel, Kim Kelly.
Wasn't it Kim Kelly a couple of years ago who coined the expression Christmas tree?
It was the
Those
team,
are
I
not
think.
bad.
Okay.
Difficulty here is the jam, so they're forced to hit and roll to the outside here. Do not want to run that red back onto their own. They will then deal with stone behind the corner. But you're going to see Colleen Jones play the same type of freeze down to those yellow stones on her next one.
Yep.
Good situation here for
Whoa.
Nova Scotia.
Yes. Hard.
Hard. Hurry.
Well, that's a big mistake.
Why aren't we sweeping that?
I have no idea.
Big mistake.
Huh?
That's too bad. Just let double just hit 3.
Sorry,
Here, Jennifer Jones apologized. She missed the sweeping call.
Shouldn't have shot the double.
Big chance here now
Whoa.
for
Don't touch.
Kim Kelly to lie 3.
Yeah.
No.
A double possibility
though.
here
You need a
for
free kick.
Kelly. She's got one. She'll nudge the other, not far enough to lie 3, but they are lying 2, and both are behind cover.
Oh, a really good situation here for Colleen Jones. And Jennifer Jones is forced to play an out-turn freeze on this stone at the top 4 foot. And talk about pressure. Again, coming around this guard. And even if she makes the perfect freeze, Colleen Jones still is going to have a really easy shot on at some point to score another point. So this is a setup shot for Jennifer Jones, and you know, small sweeping errors really forcing the issue here.
And look how precise this draw is as well. She can't afford to not tuck a piece. If she's wide open, Colleen will hit and roll and bring in at least 3 into play here. This is a crucial draw right now for Jennifer Jones. If she rolls off, leaves it open, Colleen Jones is in a good shape as well. Needs to get this one a corner tucked behind the guard
Oh, it's got a curl.
and in front of the tee line.
Just do it. It's got a curl. Right off.
Way out
Where?
there. Just do it.
Can we go around it?
No.
Off. Why?
Coming off a little.
Well, it's got a curl if you can.
Low.
To it.
Very good finish on this stone. This delivery by Jennifer Jones.
Good shot.
It ended up not bad. The stone is completely exposed, but there is no air by the guard, and it's going to be tough for Colleen to move out, but it is possible.
Gotta watch it come off there, eh? Well, they gotta tell us.
Shot. It's not bad, eh? Yeah. To come up a little bit.
What do you like?
I like them both.
Yeah. Kind of like this
I
one.
think
if
I
you
need.
do.
I think you like this one.
I like this one.
Oh,
yeah.
See, I think I need. Do I have any air? Pardon?
No. There's a good look at it.
No. No.
From the
Just
hack,
all, no air.
she's just got all of the yellow stones, so to play that shot is very difficult.
It looks like it's doable, but what, Kim? You look like you can get even if you get just touch inside nose, you can get by, but just that.
Looks like you can get to the inside of it. I think she said.
I'll go take a look. Looks like a backline shot.
It's really tough. But yeah, if you have the right weight.
Difficult to hear for Colleen Jones. She doesn't want to make a mistake and let Jennifer Jones off the hook. The safe shot's to draw open to the side of the forefoot on the left side as we're looking at it.
Do you know what, you guys? I think that's a dangerous shot. I got to throw weight at it, and you know, it's a long time curling.
Safe shots over here. But the benefit of getting that shot at the top 8 foot of Jennifer Jones, you might score 4 if you make it good. But again, you'd hate to make a little mistake here and only get 1.
And if she doesn't make the second shot in the forefoot, Jennifer Jones has got that nice little tap up on her own if you don't make a play on it.
Or here. Because then she doesn't have the hit and roll, right?
You can see where the Jennifer Jones stone is. It's just full 8, so it's really not that precise of a draw. Anything back T-line or back 8 would be fine.
Oh, there's a lot of space between them, too.
Colleen's going to take another look.
It looks way too dangerous now.
Okay. It looks good.
It does.
So we can come here then?
I don't like it either. Well, I'm thinking of here.
Pardon me?
I'm thinking of here.
Or how about there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me an inch more.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
This is a very aggressive call. The easy draw is to draw open here into the back 8. This is also a very aggressive call. The danger, again, if you come a little deep here into the top of the forefoot, you're going to leave a fairly short little run on this yellow for Jennifer Jones, and you may not get shot stone. I think if you went open, I think Jennifer Jones would hit and stay and give up to fairly freely at this stage of the end. By coming around, if Jennifer Jones is able to make the angle raise, you may only end up scoring 1 or have a very difficult shot for 2. So this, again, nice aggressive call, might score 3 out of it, but
I just think it creates a bigger target for Jennifer
does.
Jones is going to be forced to play this tap on her own.
Line, yes! Line,
Colleen Jones with her first stone of this 5th end, trailing by a point. They'll have to work to get past the guard.
Hurry! Gotta go! Go! Roll it in, Marianne. Full 8. Right in.
It's going to leave a double. Oh, huge mistake. Huge mistake there.
Buried.
A double buried. That's exactly it. They know it.
Oh, we gotta hope that she doesn't.
Throwing in. That's right where we want to hit it, right?
Well, this is where you cross your fingers if you're the opposition.
Well, you know, the great thing here for Jennifer Jones is even if she doesn't make the double, the worst she's going to give up here is 2. And she's got to be breathing a huge sigh of relief, and she knows that if she ever makes the double, it's going to force Colleen to play the same in-turn draw against 2. So as doubles go, it's a little bit thin. You got to hit a little bit less than half, but certainly you can kill that. And even if you hit it a little thick, this one will catch your shooter. So you're going to be laying in there buried anywhere close to making the double. So big break there for Jennifer Jones and her team, regardless of if she kills both Colleen Jones stones out of the house or not.
Well, an aggressive call by Colleen Jones with her shot, and it may come back to haunt her as Jennifer Jones is now attempting a double, trying to get both red stones out of there.
Just needs to move.
Roll it, Jill.
Oh, sorry.
She just rolls over on top of it, so now it is a draw for 2 for Colleen Jones.
And how the momentum has changed through those skip stones.
Both teams are fairly relieved at this
Oh,
point, but
absolutely.
Jennifer Jones, I know, is kicking herself a little bit. That was not a very difficult double.
A bullet dodge by Colleen Jones right now to hit the forefoot for the 2.
A bullet dodged by both sides on this end, really. Jennifer Jones.
In so hard to throw
No, you
with
were
little
okay.
ice.
Yeah, that was okay. You just were a little full.
Yeah.
She knows she missed an opportunity to put some real pressure on Colleen Jones with
it though, like you know,
we
but
did
it's
it
so
her
hard.
final stone of 5.
When you're throwing it.
Yeah. Or I throw less weight.
No.
So now Colleen Jones is focused on the task at hand, an attempt to draw to the edge of the four to pick up a deuce and take the lead.
A little heavy. Hold in.
Too much weight, perhaps. Is it going to dig in? Is it going to slide through the back of the four? Jones can only watch. The brushers are off. And it is going to slide too far. So a single point for Team Canada on N5, or for Colleen Jones, and they're tied with Team Canada at 3 at the midpoint of this game.
We're back at the John Labatt Center in the forest city of London, Ontario. What a beautiful day it here is in the midwinter March. 3-3 tie between Colleen Jones of Halifax, Nova Scotia, and Jennifer Jones of Winnipeg, representing Team Canada. When's the last time someone not named Jones actually won this thing? You have to go all the way back to Kelly Law. Remember, Colleen Jones had that string of 4, and then it was Jennifer Jones last year. All right, we're at the 5th end break, and speaking of 5th, it's sort of the story for Canada as far as alpine skiing was concerned at the Olympic Games. Actually, 4th might be more appropriate. There were 3 4th-place finishes for Canada in alpine skiing. 1 5th. Will Canadian women have a chance to bump that up at a World Cup Super G in Hafjell, Norway today? Our coverage. And with a preview, let's join Scott Oak and Karen Lee Gardner.
With the Olympics over, the World Cup ski season's winding down, and for us it stops today in Hafjell, Norway for a women's Super G that will feature Olympic champion Michaela Dorfmeister and Canada's Kelly Vanderbeek. Her 4th place finish in Turin, only 0.03 of a second off the medals, and so Karen, will see if Vanderbeek will be inspired by her close Olympic finish.
She now knows that she is a contender and has a shot at a podium performance, and that brings a whole lot of different pressures for her, Scott, and she's got to stand in the gate, do her job, and believe she can do it. And the way she skied at the Olympics, there's no reason why she can't get onto the podium.
Michaela Dorfmeister, the world's #1 Super G skier, has a chance today to wrap up the World Cup Super G title, which would see her end her final season of ski racing in a blaze of glory. The Women's Super G from Hafjell coming up later on Sports Saturday.
Thanks very much, Scott. World Cup skiing coming up at approximately 4:30 Eastern after 5 ends of play. Nova Scotia, Colleen Jones 3. Team Canada, Jennifer Jones 3. We'll return to championship curling on CBC in a moment. Back at the John Labatt Center in London, Ontario after 5 ends of play. 3-3 between Team Canada and Colleen Jones of Halifax, Nova Scotia. Got a little aggressive there in the 5th end. How do you feel about that?
Well, we had our chance for 2, and I threw it in the hack, so I just came out a little too strong on it. But, it paid off for us. My first one just rubbed. We might have been able to score a 3 there. So, I liked how we played it. The girls made a lot of good shots in that end.
Your 20th, Scott, Tournament of Hearts appearance. How do you keep invigorated? How do you keep motivated throughout the years?
Yeah, I can't believe the time has gone that quickly. I mean, it feels like yesterday that it was 1982 when Scott had first started sponsoring it, and we won the first one in Regina, and that we're still kind of chugging along and playing. We're like old workhorses, Some people might think it's time to shoot us and put us out to pasture, but we're just hanging tough and loving the game and loving this environment here.
You play the grinder card. All the best of luck to you, Colleen.
It is a grinder card.
Colleen Jones, Don, up to you.
Well, still enjoying it. Why not keep playing? And Colleen Jones has shown no indication that she's about to pack it in. She could be back for another one next year. A missed opportunity by both sides on that last end.
Well, the momentum certainly has changed a lot in this game, but nothing more than this 5th end. And you take a look at Colleen making this call, coming around this guard, I think was very risky. You talk about the aggressive call would have been to try to make that hit. Had a wonderful opportunity to score 2 or 3 if she gets by this guard. Unfortunately, rubs and leaves an opportunity now for Jennifer Jones.
And Jennifer Jones, we talked about this was not a difficult double, especially some of the shots we've seen already from this team. And again, leaving Colleen Jones, just returning the favor, if you want to say that. And Colleen, as much as he likes to discount her discrepancy between out-turns and in-turns. Both of misses in this fifth end were in-turns. Worth noting, I think, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Jennifer Jones try to force her into that same shot again. But also worth noting is that both draws she made one against two in the third end, and that was heavy as well. So she's having a little bit trouble with her draw weight, and she'll need to find it if she wants to win this game.
Well, this game is every bit as close as most of us thought it would be through 5 ends of play. It's a 3-3 tie. Jennifer Jones in Team Canada against Colleen Jones, the 6-time champion representing Nova Scotia.
The Scott Tournament of Hearts on CBC is brought to you by Purex Bathroom Tissue. Pillowy softness you can see and feel. The Scott Tournament of Hearts on CBC is brought to you by M&M Meat Shops. Hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle. By Tim Hortons. Roll up the rim to win. And by the original Strauss Heart Drops. Trust the tradition.
Ford Hot Shots, curling's great shot-making challenge with a chance at an Explorer SUV. Curlers go head-to-head and attempt to execute 6 separate shots, hit and stay, draw to the button to the port, attempt the raise, the hit and roll, and the double. 2 semis. Colleen Jones and Jennifer Jones, rival skips, shared a sheet. And here is a beauty from the skip of the Mayflower Curling Club in Halifax, Nova Scotia. She's got great weight on this one and draws the port. It will yield Colleen Jones a full 5 points right to the button. In the other semi, it's Jody DeSola, the New Brunswick second, versus Jill Thurston, the Manitoba third. Thurston executes a perfect hit and roll. This is just as scripted, and again, it's worth a full 5 points. So the semifinal results: Colleen Jones over Jennifer Jones. Jill Thurston of Manitoba gets by Jody DeSola. They'll meet in the Ford Hot Shots final right here in London. Back at the beautiful John Labatt Center in London, Ontario. A lot of ones on the line score. Make it 3s at the end of that. 3-3 between Team Canada and Nova Scotia after 5 ends of play. Here's Jennifer Jones of Team Canada. Did you feel a bit like Harry Houdini in that 5th end? You escaped a little bit there. Do you feel momentum perhaps swinging your way?
Yeah, I feel like, we've got a lot of good momentum on our side. I had a chance to make a double to lie to and just missed it. So, lucky break with Colleen missing that draw. And we're tied up going into 6, so we're happy about that.
I have to ask you about this. Do you find it easier to play as an aspiring champion or as a defending champion?
I'm just happy to play it as anything. It's just great to be here. London's done a fabulous job. The crowds have been awesome. So we're happy to be here and hope we'll, keep it going.
Do you feel like you want to be now, as this gets into the critical stages, more aggressive?
I think we've been going for it when we've had hammer, and unfortunately in the 4th we didn't get anything going. But yeah, we'll try to score our deuce here in the 6th and take it from there.
Jennifer, thanks for this and good luck.
Thanks a lot.
There's Jennifer Jones. Don, back to you.
Yes, and Jennifer talked about the crowds being very supportive. This facility, a wonderful facility, opened on October 11th, 2002, and accommodation for 9,090 curling fans. And they are being treated to quite a battle between Jennifer Jones, the defending champion, and Colleen Jones, the 6-time Canadian champion.
We're coasting, aren't we? We're there.
As mentioned, the winner of this semifinal goes on to face Kelly Scott of British Columbia for the championship tomorrow, and then the 2006 Scott title holder will go on to represent Canada at the World Women's Championship in Grand Prairie, Alberta, March 18th to the 26th.
Hard to roll it. Oh! Cross it.
Whoa! No.
Sorry, George. Okay, my fault. Oh.
Clean.
Long way to come.
Oh, way out.
Any roll away from the center guard, from the center line here, will result in a corner guard from Team Canada.
We did though. Go out turn. Yes. Okay, turn. All right.
We saw Jennifer Jones defend the corner guard from Team Canada by going around. We'll see what Colleen Jones uses as a strategy against Team Canada.
Real tight if you can, to my broom.
One option that would be available for Colleen is the hit, because this is corner guard is thrown on Georgina's second rock. They chose to hit on their first one. The free guard zone is no longer in effect with all lead stones being thrown already. You can see the call, Marianne Arsenault being asked to come around that guard, keep it in the top 8 foot, and get a piece tucked. Would be perfect.
Line's great.
With a
little.
Line's good. Top 8, top 4.
Oh, you got room. Got room.
Not quite.
Got room.
Line's good.
Line's great. Hard. Hard.
And Marianne Arsenault will place her stone in the top of the 12. Nova Scotia now lies 2. The championship game tomorrow, Kelly Scott awaiting the winner of this one. It will get underway at 12:30 Eastern time for you folks out on the West Coast, 9:30 tomorrow morning. A little better time for the folks in the West Coast than for the Olympic Games that were getting underway at midnight and 5 in the morning.
Another great come around there by Marianne Arsenault, and we talked about this. The successful teams at those Olympic Games are the ones who are getting their draws to stop in front of the tee line. Whenever you can do that, you're going to put huge pressure on your opponents. And Jill Officer has kind of met the challenge every time so far in this game, but this is gonna wreck.
Wait, that's good.
Roll for a center guard.
Nice weight.
And again, really good situation now for Nova Scotia.
One of the changes for Colleen Jones this year, she's wearing glasses. She said with the addition of the eyewear, she feels a little more comfortable, and she was having some vision problems, and she said on the sheet of ice she feels more comfortable this year.
Line's fine.
She's not trying to make just a fashion statement.
Well, being from Italy, when every second store was an eyeglass place, maybe I thought maybe she might switch there at the Olympics.
Oh, yep. Hard. Yep. Right up. Right up. More.
Oh, this is a good-looking shot.
You want to get it past their stone. Don't leave the raised double into the pocket. I think we're going to see a run back anyway. Again, if you're Jennifer Jones and Team Canada, you want to make sure the rock you run back stays in place somewhere and forces Colleen Jones to make a play on it.
Well, 2 ends back, we saw Jill Officer make a couple of good run backs. She's attempting to drive her own back into the pocket, formed by those 2 Nova Scotia stones.
Go, George.
She'll get just 1, and the stone she raised rolls for second shot.
Yeah, and the good news is they're going to bring Colleen Jones, force her to play that stone, and may have access to the stone that's buried, half buried at the top of the 4 foot on her next one.
10 and a half. Yep, 10 and a half.
Looking to just hit and roll to the outside is the call.
Down a bit. Control.
Not to hit right there and leave a double.
Yeah, nose hit would be going to be the worst result here for Colleen. Rolling one way or the other is what she's looking for.
Good shot.
And there's the problem. Now the double's available, and the shooter will stay right behind that center guard. You see, hit about half that stone on the right. Shooter comes in, hits the one on the center line, and stays buried.
Jill.
Big shot here for Kathy Overton Clapham, the 36-year-old Team Canada third.
No! Close! Whoa. No, never. Play the hit and roll. Yep. No.
Looking for plan B.
Go, Jill. Go, Jill.
Knowing that this is not close to the double.
Okay, not bad.
Not bad is right. It's nice thing is it's half exposed on the right-hand side as we're looking at it, and the red stone is partially exposed on the left-hand side. So pretty good result there for Team Canada on that miss.
Really right there?
Access available on both turns to those two stones at the top of the ring. So
can't see a lot of that top yellow stone on the in-turn side.
Okay, you got lots of line.
If this was a different set of rocks, like the rocks used at the Briar, the MCA rocks that curl a tremendous amount or much more aggressive curl, that would be an easier shot. The rocks that are used here at the Scott Tournament of Hearts over the last 5 years, much straighter set than what are used at the Briar.
Back-to-back mistakes there. From
another double
Kim
possibility
Kelly.
here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No.
Two big mistakes there.
Wait. No, I called a biter.
She knows it.
Oh, we couldn't stay there.
No, that was the wrong place for that stone to sit.
Third opportunity now for Team Canada to make Nova Scotia pay for their mistakes. Missed double last time by Jennifer Jones and one miss already from Kathy Overton.
This one has to do some curling to make the double.
And again, missed opportunity.
Sorry, guys.
Still a difficult situation for Colleen Jones. Where do you go?
Or a guard. What does the guard? Then she could pick this out. So we do need another one.
I do, because she's got the pick out or this one. I think I have to go that way.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see anything else. Okay.
Give me an inch more, Nance. Pardon? Inch more?
So can't guard the tap back on the yellow, and she can't guard this one. You can guard one or the other. So the next best option, sometimes old saying, I think it was an Ernie Richardson, sometimes the best guard is second shot stone. And that's what she's going to try to throw the in-turn draw through the port and lie two.
That's all I got, guys, because we
tough.
can't guard the in-turn side there.
But we guard and make her draw, I suppose, eh? You mean?
I can't leave her that out-turn bump on it.
Yeah, she's got it both ways.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Okay. So where are we trying to be here? Back four?
What? Yeah, side four around that corner. We've got to be number 2.
Okay.
I'll go till edge.
Less ice, Nance.
It's a great conversation. Where do you want this rock to be? As you can see where shot stone is, you need to come at least to the tee line so that there isn't a double there for Jennifer Jones to lie 3.
Yep. Hard. Hurry line.
Remember on the previous end, both of her draw attempts were in-turn draws.
Hurry.
This is going to miss.
So this one is light. So you can see her struggling with that draw weight on the in-turn side. And now the opportunity for Jennifer Jones to come on the outside and pick off shot stone. Plays it softly enough will keep the shooter on the side and lie 3.
No, I almost, if I'm Jennifer Jones, I think I'm really tempted to hit and roll right away as far out as you possibly can. You don't, again, the mistake here is to hit this and roll and leave your shooter in this position where Colleen Jones has a hit and roll. She'd love to roll way over to the side of the 12-foot, make Colleen Jones roll all the way under. And again, even rolling out is a pretty good option here. What does Colleen Jones do? There's not a lot of good options for Colleen at this stage of the end.
Okay. Hey, Jen.
And I think Colleen fully realizes that if this shot is made by Jennifer Jones, she does not have very good options with her final stone.
She cut off her hit on those stones on the top 12 by leaving a guard. So yeah, great opportunity here for Team Canada.
It really matters where the shooter ends up here, whether there's a shot left for Colleen to save the end, the hit and roll.
But first of all, she has to make contact. Is she going to get by? Yes, she's by, and she will roll over into the 12 to lie 3.
Now, Colleen's only option is to hit and roll off of that stone. She can roll right in underneath and save the end with a perfect roll.
As I said, I liked rolling out there and just forcing Colleen to play another wide in-turn draw. We see it time and time again when teams at this level are forced to play the difficult shots and there's no other option, you quite often see them make it. And the good news is there's 5 stones to roll behind. Look at all the cover that they have to roll behind up here.
Take a look. She can roll in behind here.
Just regular, guys.
And take away the end. It would be a big save for Colleen Jones.
Not only a save, but a steal opportunity. If she rolls to the back of the button, I don't see how Jennifer Jones gets Colleen Jones's rock out of play to score.
But they swept it out. We swept it all the way.
Yeah.
Critical shot here for Colleen Jones, her final of the 6th. A 3-3 tie. She's looking at 3 Team Canada stones. Just tracked out. It's rolling too far, and it will be a draw for 3 for Jennifer Jones and Team Canada.
So is it going to curl there?
Yeah. No, it's true. Never does.
And they got fooled.
Well, girls, we dug ourselves a little hole here.
They got fooled on the sweep. They thought it would curl. The sweep call was early, and it just straightened right out. With that weight that is thrown, with that big hit weight, you know it's not going to finish.
You know, just give me a fraction less. I don't want to get out in the frost. Yeah.
Good, Jen.
I'll try to put it back just a fraction. Okay.
Same way you've been throwing.
You think speed will be good out here, George?
Yeah, just
okay.
Team Canada scored a deuce in the 2nd end, and Jennifer Jones has a chance to really take control here on the 6th with her final stone, an opportunity to draw for 3. She needs full 12, almost a piece of the 8 to score 3.
Not curling.
Starting to curl now.
go, 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 go.
T-line.
Go, go, go.
Go!
Hard.
Looks good.
Full 8 for Jennifer Jones with her final stone of the 6th, and with 4 ends remaining, Team Canada leads Colleen Jones of Nova Scotia by 3 points.
Back at the John Labatt Center, the semifinal of the Scott Tournament of Hearts. Team Canada with a 6-3 lead now. Jennifer Jones over Colleen Jones of Nova Scotia. Here is John McClelland, the Senior Vice President, Corporate Affairs for Scott Paper Limited. 25 years your company has sponsored this Canadian Curling Championship. It's the longest standing relationship of its kind in Canadian sport. I guess the question is, why?
Scott, we're just so proud of our association with this sport. The sport, we feel, is the culture and fabric of Canada, reaches into all households, crosses all age demographics, and certainly reaches into the rurals of Canada, a perfect fit for our consumer demographics.
I wonder about the values that the curlers represent. These are women who are mothers, who are old and young. I wonder if those values are the things that are sometimes missing in Canadian sport.
Well, we certainly look to this sport as being truly unique in many of those respects. The sportsmanship that we see, just example after example of, continues to impress all of us at Scott. The women are great, fierce competitors, but just you can see their real friendship for one another shines through as well.
Do you anticipate another 25 years, John? I wonder.
Well, when we started this journey 25 years ago, we had hoped that it would be an enduring sponsorship. Certainly, I think the fact that we're here today celebrating 25 acknowledges that it has been. We have extended our contract through to 2010, so we know 30 for sure.
All right, all the best of luck to you, John, and thanks very much for doing this.
Thank you so much, Scott.
John McClelland of Scott Paper Limited. Back to you, Don.
Well, Scott, I thought last night at a reception where Scott Paper had Randy Bachman entertaining, he had a great line when he said his daughter asked him where he was going. He said, to entertain at a curling event. And she said to him, how Canadian? And it's so true.
And I think the good people at Scott Paper recognize the value of this truly Canadian sport. And as Scott Russell said, a wonderful, diverse group of athletes and women curlers, I take offense to the word old, but certainly a great mix of ages, and it is definitely something I encourage young women to get involved in across this country. What better sport, camaraderie and competitiveness all mixed together in this game of curling.
I didn't think he was talking about you personally.
Mike and I have to be so careful with our terms.
Oh, goodness me. It's great brushing there.
That was a tough shot. That intern through the court staggered the wrong way.
That's what I wondered. Drawweight wouldn't. And even if he did rub, he'd roll on, which is good too.
Yeah. It is go time for Nova Scotia's Colleen Jones. They need to get 2 points right back here in this game in the 7th end, get within reach of Jennifer Jones.
And, Jill Officer's been asked to play the peel, looking for a double peel ideally.
Whoa! Yeah! Whoa!
Get it.
Oh. Good shot though, Jill. Very nice.
She gets rid of 2.
It's a great shot.
I didn't see. Center guard.
Marianne Arsenault with the advantage over Jill Officer.
Jill, last in her degree of difficulty came way down, and she missed a couple of semi-easy shots for a come around and a little run back and dropped significantly last end.
I talked earlier about 1986 and the Scott being held in London and the Team Canada concept introduced that year. That, of course, allowed the champion to come back the next year as Team Canada to try and defend. A lot of people obviously thought that provided a huge advantage, but it hasn't worked out that way. When you look back, 1989, Heather Houston defended as Team Canada. 1994, Sandra Schmerler defended as Team Canada. And then Colleen Jones in 2002, 2003, and 2004. But with the number of Team Canada rinks that have participated the following year, the success ratio isn't that high.
Well, if you can.
8 foot.
Off, George.
Okay. T-line.
No, it's got to curl a long way.
Okay.
Coming down.
No.
T-line is tapping at a touch.
Interesting decision here from Jennifer Jones. She would play the double peel but not play the single peel, and this is gonna be an interesting end now that she's decided to go more aggressively. I know that Colleen Jones was relieved to see her play the draw.
Roll to the wing.
Well, just kind of. We can pump it to here and try to get a little inside flop.
I don't think we can get it.
Or just a straight freeze.
Do you like the little tap back, Marianne, and just freeze that front one? I like that because then we've got a couple of things behind it that could jam a double on.
The only other thing is to flip to the open side.
Okay.
So the call's the freeze. The line's good. They'll try to just get into that pocket and maybe spin under just a little bit, but good situation here for Nova Scotia.
If they can get to the inside, I think the call is to tap that Yellowstone just behind in the back 4 foot if the line is good. We've seen a lot of draws run quite straight out here on this out turn. You hear the weight, back 8. So getting the tap for sure.
Well, I made mention of the fact that it is difficult sometimes for Team Canada coming back to the Scott, and talking with Jennifer, she said one of the problems is there isn't a lot of top flight competition available once playdowns get underway across the country.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually a difficulty with Team Canada is that you don't get to play in your provincial playdowns and get ready to come to the Scott. But we were lucky we went to Europe, and we also had the Canada Cup, which was right before, right after provincials and right before the Scott. So it was great tune-up for us and on great ice, and it was just great timing.
Well, you can certainly relate to that, Joan.
Well, the Canada Cup this year being the event in January, normally it'll go back to being in March. So a real advantage to this Team Canada to have that competition in arena ice.
Just a rub for Kathy Overton Clapham as she was trying to get back that past that center guard.
Now just tick the guard.
Have fun.
Brushing.
Okay.
And again, momentum swinging back again in this game. It's gone, you know, back and forth where it looks like one team is really dominating, and just one little miss like that changes the complexity of the end. And now Colleen Jones is in a position where she can get that 3 right back.
Again, I go back to the call on Jill Officers.
Whoa, then it's decent though.
Freeze. Well, after playing the double peel, they didn't play the single peel with a 3-point lead, and it said it may come back to bite them here.
It's in. Needs to come down.
Sit.
Sit, boo-boo.
Sit.
This is how Kim Kelly and Kathy Overton Clapham compare
No,
through 6 ends of play.
She's calling for a little bit
Catch
of
just off nose.
Okay.
Isn't that going to spin that middle
And you
one
see
in?
the percentage on draws for Kathy Overton Clapham. The other low number we saw was for Jill Officer's draw as well. That seems to be where there's problems here with Team Canada. That guard slipping in a little bit too deep.
No, whoa, no.
Gives Kathy Overton Clapham the chance to play a double.
She can run it back into the 2 reds. And she'll get rid of one, and the other hangs on the edge of the 12.
I think we have to sweep it.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, at the end of the day, it's better than it was, I think, for Team Canada, but still not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, you might need 2 feet more if you can
Hang on.
do that, but
The double's there.
Double sit 3.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
the
can't
double?
sit 3 though.
Yeah, if you do this,
Hit and roll on.
Yeah.
hit and roll on.
Love it.
Okay. Looks
I don't know
like
that
I
you can
have.
roll
like
on
getting rid of
and
that
make
one.
the
What?
double.
Because
It's
it's
one
I
kind
have
of
to
one
throw
or the
the
other.
out turn.
Yeah.
No, just letting you know.
Yeah, I love this.
So they're looking at maybe
Just cross it.
hit this, and if they can roll the shooter on, that would be great. If they nose it, they'll make the double, and it will still be a good situation. The most dangerous stone for Colleen Jones right now is the one she's hitting.
Close. Yes.
How far back was
Yes.
Just a little bit?
Whoa.
Leave it or?
Yes.
Yes
Yes.
or no?
Yes. Hard.
What a difficult situation that was for Colleen Jones. She had accidentally bumped that Yellowstone in the back forefoot with her foot as she was backing up from giving the ice. So she wasn't able to make the sweep call on that. She was busy talking to Jennifer Jones saying, did I move that rock? Do you want to put it back before we make contact? What a difficult situation. So they ended up over-rolling on that stone and not coming anywhere near the second shot stone.
Shot rock, eh? Oh, definitely. There's no way she can do that. And I stayed on. Oh, yeah.
Another interesting call here
Yeah,
from
too
Jennifer
bad I
Jones.
stepped
There
in
is an
on a thicker
opportunity to
one.
play a draw, but it would take some courage with 3-point lead to leave 3 opposition stones in the rings.
That's center.
But she's gonna try to make this double or the hit and roll, hit onto here. If she catches this one, great, but ideally she'd love to roll her shooter in underneath cover here. Another option would be simply to draw to where that Yellowstone is, or even make the corner freeze on the one on the button. And again, of course, the danger is you may leave a double.
Yeah, I know.
This is handing the 2 points right back to Colleen Jones by calling this. This is saying, I'll give you 2.
Another one, then what do we do?
If I don't make the roll, she'll just come right to it, eh?
Yeah.
You want to come to it?
Yeah.
There's a change in the call now.
This intern does curl big.
It's more than I had. Do you like that better? A little bit less?
Yeah, I like that.
That's good.
The nice thing for this, even if Jennifer Jones does not get shot stone,
Hey. Ooh, that's
she's
good
really
call.
cutting down
Okay.
the area for Colleen Jones to score 2. So she's looking for the intern draw right down into this area, and said she may not get shot stone, but Colleen Jones then only has the full forefoot in which to score her second point, and it will certainly cut down the opportunity. She has to get by the guard here. This is the #1 priority. We saw Colleen in the 5th end going away, wreck twice on the, wreck once on the intern side, and then came heavy on her second one. So we know it'll move out here.
Jennifer Jones with her first of 7, leading by 3.
We gotta go. Top 12.
Go then.
Line's good.
Line's perfect.
Gotta curl a bit.
We can roll a little.
The line's great.
Gotta curl a bit.
Whoa.
Gotta curl.
Wait,
It's good.
Dad.
Gotta curl. Line's getting better. No.
To it.
Line's getting better. To it. Line's perfect.
Hard.
To it. Go.
That's a very good shot by Jennifer Jones.
It is too.
Well, it takes the big end away. Colleen still has maybe a slight chance of getting 3 here, but she's going to have to make it on her own stones. And I really like the call. I did not like that hit. It was a very conservative play.
Just thinking of this, but it doesn't really get us anywhere. I like this, Colleen. You like it? Yeah. Okay.
Big advantage for Jennifer Jones at skip stones.
We said for Colleen, it's that draw percentage, and it's been those in-turn draws that have been 2 times very, very heavy, and then we saw last end
I don't think we have much choice.
come way short of the rings.
Can we be shot?
Oh, yeah, we're shot 1, and this would be shot 2.
I mean, second shot, yeah.
If she makes the perfect freeze, and then Jennifer Jones comes down and makes the perfect freeze, she may only end up scoring 1 here. This is a little slide. If I was Colleen, I'd like to move that backstone maybe 4 or 5 inches and give her some room to move.
Okay.
Would have been nice to come with this out turn if you ever hang it
It'd
out.
be interesting on the next shot if the perfect freeze is made, whether or not Jennifer Jones can get shot stone.
Line's
with
pretty
a
good. Might be
freeze
a
of
little
her own.
tight. Line's great. Be even. Yep.
Hard. Line.
Yep.
Hard. Wait.
Hard.
I think.
Yeah, go. Go, go, go. Still
Flying 1, Colleen Jones attempting to draw for
Go.
second shot. Did she get there?
Looks like she did.
Looks like she did.
It turned out really pretty good. They talked about it picking halfway down the sheet. I'm not sure if it did or not, but
Lots of weight on that.
Yeah. And my draw last end, you know, that looked fine for line and walked all the way over. That was straight broom. Nice throw, walked all the way over.
Okay, what do you want mine? They're lovely.
I don't know what I want. Give me something else.
Mine are lovely. You can have
that's
them.
the same rock that wrecked in the 5th end on that in-turn come around, and it's over curled twice.
Except though, it's what we leave. If we leave this here, will she have a double?
She'll have to be careful, because this should. We've got to get to the nose.
Here.
If we're going to tick it, we've got to tick it and roll behind, do you know?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll just throw back 4, though.
Okay.
So we had here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little tap back here.
This is all really Jennifer Jones has, is to follow her own rock down. Little tap on this. This is 3rd shot. She needs to bring it into. She could get shot stone on this and really put some pressure on Colleen Jones.
Oh, a good shot here really will make things very difficult on Colleen Jones. If she makes the double tap, that stone at the back 4-foot is going to end up saving the deuce here for Colleen Jones. Will be forced to play an in-turn draw or in-turn double, and the one at the back 4-foot may end up saving Team Canada from scoring multiple points. Tricky little shot here, though.
Just back 4.
Whoa.
Just wanting to tap her own.
Switch.
Close.
They had to wait the last time for the stone to finish.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Back 8.
Whoa. Come off curl. It's got a curl.
Coming off a little.
Waiting for the curl again.
Back 4.
No. Gap.
Here it comes. How's the weight?
Shot.
Okay.
Second shot, the stone that was bumped back, so an out-turn draw is available for Colleen.
She might have a little tap for 3 here.
Good
She
shot.
could just rub that red stone,
Did it not tap
nudge
into it?
the
Yeah, and you tap the
stone
red.
Jennifer Jones just threw.
We tap.
3 or 4 inches, roller sugar, and definitely
We
there
tap
for
the
3.
red off.
And that's what Marianne Arsenault and Kim Kelly are coming down to talk about.
That's awful pretty.
Not that tough. It's real easy for 2 and tough
You
for
just
3.
kind of play like back, you know.
Kind of wait.
Same.
Back 8?
No.
Back
just,
4?
no. Making sure of your deuce. And
You
just
need enough
rubbing
just
it.
to bump it.
Just rubbing it ever so slightly.
You hardly
That's
need to
all.
move it.
I'm throwing for my 2, but try to catch a piece of that.
I approached the shot. She could throw hack weight at this and make it for 2. I think she's going to go the defensive route and throw it quietly, but it's really just a line shot. If she comes by the guard with anything from backline to hack weight and hits this stone anywhere, this one will be kicked out, and for sure she's going to score 2. I'd like to play it just a touch more aggressively with less ice and make sure you hit the red one as opposed to thinking about just throwing T-line weight.
I'm tripping over all kinds of rocks today. Less ice now.
Well, the other factor is that they're questioning whether Colleen's first stone cuts more than her second stone. It's very, very hard to put the broom in the right spot when you're not sure whether that second stone's going to follow.
I don't think you can overthrow this and really hurt yourself if you make contact with the red stone. Even if you go by, you're going to nose the one at the back.
And you see she's just tightened up that ice. I think that's a good call as well.
A little bump. Yep.
Great chance here for Colleen Jones to get right back into this game.
Going to need weight for the bump.
2, possibly even 3 for Colleen Jones with this final stone of end number 7.
Quick. Hurry.
The question is, does it have enough weight to make this shot for 3?
They're really struggling to get it there.
Is it going to have enough weight to make the shot for 2?
Quick.
The light was not a good option there.
It comes up short. It's a single point.
And elusive draw weight for Colleen Jones has been the story so far.
Stop thinking that way. Well, I don't like him, Kim.
Confirmation from Nancy Delahunt that it's just the 1. So a missed opportunity for Colleen Jones here on 7. It's a 2-point game. Team Canada in front with 3 ends to play. This was the final stone of the previous end by Colleen Jones, and she seems to be baffled by how these stones are reacting.
She's really questioning her rocks compared to her teammates. Granted, she's been struggling with draw weight, but very surprised by this one coming up short. The sweepers knew, though, out of her hand that they had to go for weight.
It's a good point, and the one thing to note is that stone came up short, and the draw she missed in the 5th end was heavy. So usually if you have one rock that's always going deep or always coming up short, would indicate a bad stone. When you're missing them both light and heavy, then it's usually you. You know, I hate to say it,
but you know, as a front end player, my job would be at that point to say, give me your rocks. Let's just take that out of your head. Let's give you a new set. Clean slate, start all over. Now the bad news is this is already the 8th end and there's only 3 ends to go, and that getting multiple score was so important last end for Nova Scotia.
Well, let's listen to what Colleen had to say after she threw her last stone of the final end.
I don't like either of those rocks. Just the
Stop
one.
thinking that way.
Well, I don't like him, Kim.
Okay.
It went sideways.
Is it just one net?
That's frustration speaking as well, and you know, I think any player, regardless if they're throwing the last rock or not, and misses 2 big shots like that, is going to start looking for why. And you know, I don't blame Colleen for getting frustrated, and I don't blame her for asking for a new set of stones either. Like I said, the problem being there's not a lot of time left to make up the difference in the score.
So what you're saying is seconds aren't only important as players, they have to help their skip with stones.
Well, you know, if you talk to most competitive teams, it's the front end players for all the years that it will take the unmatched
I'm just kidding, Joan. I'm just kidding.
I know, but it is true. It's true. That's what they do. The leads and the seconds will take the stones that there's question marks on, whether they are or they aren't. It's just one of the roles of the front end.
Well, we saw it at the Olympics on several occasions with different teams. The skip giving his stones to the lead or the second.
Well, and you're talking with a team that we watched with Brad Gusha, with Russ Howard, who is infamous for never having thrown a poor rock, right? It's just it's the rock's fault usually, right? So it's tough. It's tough for a teammate, especially Russ, who's at second, getting all the bad rocks, right? It was really tough. It's a tough situation for him mentally to overcome that, and you know, it's never. I've never played in an event where all the rocks are perfect.
You're right.
The nice thing is at this event, once you get down to a 1-game situation, you have time to match the stones. So this is not the first time that Colleen Jones has thrown these stones in this event, and she would have had an opportunity to match these stones before the game started.
But what we find over and over again, and we did talk to Colleen about this, she's played with these stones for the last 5 years, that these are the same set that has been used at the Scott Tournament of Hearts, but different humidity, different ice conditions will bring out different characteristics in those rocks. And that, when we spoke to Colleen yesterday, that she said, you know, we're having more rock issues at this event than we've ever had, and we don't know whether it's the surface or whether we're just noticing more or what. And that it definitely is the case when you talk to a lot of championship curlers over the years. The good ice conditions that we have over the last 10 years, the more consistent and keen ice conditions give a chance for curlers to really notice a difference in the amount of curl with rocks. Rock matching is the big thing in competitive curling.
And one final comment on rocks. Jennifer Jones was saying that our team, Team Canada, got a set of rocks that we really like. She said, so we know where to put the broom.
The other thing worth noting about rocks is that the team that wins always loves the rocks. You know, teams that are playing well seem to find good sets and find ways to win with them. So if you ask any team that's won a national, oh, we love the rocks at that event, and that it's a big issue. But at the same time, every competitive team has their ways of matching them, and at the end of the day, you still have to make your shots. The big miss there from Jill Officer, nosing a guard. And, you know, Jennifer Jones with a 2-point lead and last rock here in the 8th end really needs to make sure she scores, whether it's 1 or 2 or 3. If you score of 1, your 3-point lead going into 9, that's a very comfortable situation. And you see the look on her face. She's not pleased with the way things are shaping up right now. The center guard, one at the top 8-foot that is also offering protection to a Nova Scotia stone at the back of the button. So she's in a bit of difficulty here, and is certainly going to have to make some big shots here to clean things up in this end.
While playing this 8th end and leading by 2, and without last rock, Colleen Jones is, of course, in a steal mode. And she does have the shot stone sitting at the back of the 4, protected by 2 Jennifer Jones rocks out front.
That's a very good situation here for Colleen.
Yeah, same as Marianne.
Same. Just this one's open now.
That's the call, though.
But let them come in.
Well, we can get 2 in there, though.
Yeah, but they've got this raise.
They don't have it all, though.
No. I've just got a little more of this yellow one now that we ticked away.
The thing is we give them, I think we do have to come in to take away their yellow bump, eh? Well, I'm not worried about the yellow bump. I was just thinking that we're in a real good position.
We are.
Except for back button. That's all right for now. If we guard, I think they would, and we could keep, as opposed to, we have the potential here to. Do you think? I think Jennifer will come in. She's frozen on every shot, pretty much. I think her tendency is to freeze. I think that's even better for us, for her to come in. Except that she sits right on the pot, then, right? Then we can't get a point. Then we freeze. What if I come top 4? Well, you've got that. You've got that yellow. I think we have to guard. Because you can be perfect, but she's just got such a gimme over here on the outturned side. Just have her waist. She doesn't have all of it. Yeah. Oh, but Kim isn't able to come directly. Where she's got to hit it is exactly where Kim's going to be drawn to. She only has to hit 3/4 of this rock. In order, you know, because Kim's not going to be able to go where your rock is, right? What do you like, Kim? I think we have to guard, you guys. I think we have to. Just one, and then wait for your next one.
So the gamble is they think that if they guard, that Jennifer Jones will peel. And Kim Kelly is very worried about leaving that little bump back on the yellow stone that's in the 8-foot, and that their own stone is behind the button, which is not in the ideal spot. So the guard here is the call.
They're guarding the bump back and offering the freeze to Team Canada. And I said I'd be a little surprised to see Jennifer Jones play it.
Tell her where it is. Yes, it's curling. Tuck it.
A little better than halfway.
Tuck it.
Hard.
Tuck it.
Close to the top one here.
It's over curling.
Whoa. Are we on it? Yep. We have to be on it. Oh. Okay, good.
Okay.
So it really didn't take much away from Jennifer Jones, although it is a second guard, and Jennifer's going to ask Kathy Overton-Clapham for the double.
Do you think that one picked? Oh,
that's why I said make sure you get out.
That guy poked her right back there, and it curled all the way.
Queen, yep. No.
Kathy Overton Clapham attempting to do some damage up front.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Curl.
Roll it, George.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Now they're going to go in. The nice thing is that red guard now does take away the bump back on that yellow stone of the top 8.
You know, it's about a 4-2. I think you can throw 4-2.
Okay.
So the perfect situation here is, again, top of the button.
Tons. Close for line. Close for line. It's curling.
Yep.
Hard. It's really curling.
Where is it?
Top 4. Top 8. It's on the front.
It's on the guard.
Whoa. That is curling like crazy.
I don't know, Marianne.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Wow. You see the weight come off of that as well.
Yeah, that's it for Kim. Yeah.
Yep.
If those are Colleen's rocks, Colleen may be
Both of those rocks react.
well-founded in her concerns.
Through the last end. They're just really.
Rocks are curling more than mine, huh? Did that come up light?
Well, I think they have switched rocks.
So you just need more weight, eh?
Yeah, I should trust that.
Kind of threw the same, but.
Hard! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
A second chance for Kathy Overton Clapham to move those stones out front around.
Whoa. Roll it, Jill.
Oh,
Jeez, it backed up. Sorry, Kath.
Oh, they missed the double peel.
Jeez.
That's a big miss. That's a sweeping call.
No.
That was a sweeping call by Jennifer Jones.
Yeah.
I bet you have
Colleen has struggled, particularly with her in-turn draw.
They are curling like crazy. I would agree with you.
I'm a little afraid of the ice here now because I've taken more.
You know what? I'd trust it.
Yeah.
The 7/8s worked great. Yeah. And it's about a, what do you say for weight? 4-2.
Same as last end though, right? When I bit the 4, right? Hasn't changed. It's a little sluggish.
Tiny bit stickier.
Yeah, but I can err on short on this first one.
Okay. It's the same.
Line's great.
Lots of room, guys. Leave it if you can.
Lot of room. Whoa.
Leave it if you can.
Whoa.
It's got a hook.
Leave it high. Leave it high.
We really need it to hook. Yeah, go now. Yep.
Whoa, it's not hooking.
Just top 4. Yep, go. Yep. Go, 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 go.
Crack.
Every bit. Every bit. Right up, Marianne.
Well, if they've switched rocks, Colleen Jones was vindicated in complaining about the rock she was throwing on the last couple of ends and the way they were reacting.
Certainly a huge difference in reaction to Kim Kelly's stones.
Terrific
that's for sure.
throw. You know, it's that's straight.
Well,
compared to Kim's.
I know.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Very odd.
I mean, they either were picking or they just are sort of vulnerable to the situation.
Tough little shot here for Jennifer. There is a double available. You got to miss the guard very tightly.
You like picking it.
So they're going to throw some weight. Try to get tight by the guard.
Like picking it.
I don't. It's probably going to jam, but they'd love to stay.
I think I like that better. I can only see 3/4. Okay.
You heard their discussion.
I'm going to hit it now thin, very thin to try to make the double opposite. That's a very tough shot without jamming.
Even if we don't get it out, we might spin it into the open.
You'd hit, I said, less than a
I
quarter.
think the best I can do with this shot really would be just to go here. Like if we did bumper,
or
you know?
you just do this.
But I think I like throwing weights.
Okay.
Danger here is
Quarter,
you,
like less than a quarter, yeah.
I think.
less than a quarter. The danger is, of course, you stick it buried and then leave Colleen Jones the same shot. She's going to try to hit right basically where her broom is, hit it as thin as she can across the top of the face that's thrown at the back of the button. Try to make the double out. It is possible to make it. You have to throw a lot of weight, though.
But Jennifer can. She has a big kick out and an extension. She can throw a lot of weight quite accurately.
Lots of weight. Okay.
Well, we certainly saw that last year at the Scott in St. John's with her final stone. Very few competitive women curlers can throw the type of weight she had to throw for the in-off to win it on the last end.
This is tight to the guard.
Just by.
Not the shot she was calling, but boy, it worked out very well. Got the stone off the button.
And now pressure draw with Jennifer Jones sitting second, third, and fourth shots. That's a lonely red stone in there now.
I didn't sweep it. It's pretty. I wouldn't have made a difference.
He didn't really want to get off that. There was a little bit of room by the guard, but it would have taken a lot of nerves to call whoa. Still a pretty good situation for Colleen Jones. Colleen would love to get this stone right into the same area. She can get it buried into the top of the forefoot, right in this area. It's going to be really difficult for Jennifer Jones to score. Even just coming full 8-foot in the hole would make things tough on Jennifer Jones.
Easy. Top 4 is fine. Full 8 is fine. Whoa. Whoa, no curling. Whoa. Not curling. Where are you? Where? Close. Are you 4 foot?
Yep.
Go then.
All by
very
itself.
piece here. Yep. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Don't want to come behind the tee line. That's just a big miss. Well, there's two options here. Jennifer Jones can play the easy draw for one, follow her down, or she can put this game away here with the thin double. I think you play the double all day.
I love the double.
She's playing the double, I think.
She just played this, and you say it's thin. You need to hit just a corner of this rock to make contact with the second rock and get, even if her shooter just doesn't stay and spins away, she's got 3. I like this call.
Exactly. The only when you say it's thin, if she comes on the same line, hits it thickly, she'll roll across the top and give up a steal. But half or anything less than half, and she's going to score a minimum of 3, and hit a quarter stone, you're scoring 4, and that'd be the game.
Came very close to the guard last stone, and the mistake here is just to flip this wide, and it won't come back.
Well, she didn't waste any time in making the decision about the shot she was going to play with this final stone of the 8th end. She realizes that she has a chance to put this game away if she makes the double.
Yep. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Yes. Whoa. Whoa.
She's going to be close. She's got 4. And that could be the game. It is the defending champion will get the opportunity to do it again. Jennifer Jones will face Kelly Scott in tomorrow's championship. A year ago in St. John's with her final stone, a score of 4 as Jennifer Jones put away Jen Hanna. Here in the semifinal in London, a score of 4 on the 8th end to put away the most successful Canadian women's curler ever, Colleen Jones. 3 on 6, 4 on 8, and the final score of Team Canada 10, Colleen Jones 4. Jennifer Jones wasted no time in making the decision on the shot she was going to play with her final stone. She was right on target for her double kill to score 4 and advance to tomorrow's final against a former teammate, Kelly Scott of British Columbia. So Jennifer Jones, the 2005 Scott champion, will have a chance to repeat when she plays Scott tomorrow.
Early handshakes here at the John Labatt Centre in London, Ontario. It only took 8 ends, 10-4 for Team Canada. Jennifer Jones of Winnipeg, Manitoba, over 6-time Canadian champion Colleen Jones of Halifax, Nova Scotia. She had her takeout weight going for her today. Congratulations, Jennifer. You seemed to just steal her thunder once the 6th end got around. How did it happen?
Yeah, I thought we played really well from start to finish today. Kind of got it going when we had the hammer, and she left me a double for 4, and we made it. And that's great for us, and unfortunately for them, they rubbed on a few guards that we got by.
Were you at all concerned early that it was taking a little bit of time to establish some momentum?
No, actually, I thought we got momentum in the second end. I mean, first end, we forced her to 1. We got 2 in the second. They took 1 in the third, and it seemed like it was going our way. So, we were happy with the start, and hopefully we'll start out good tomorrow.
You're playing as the defending champion, which is always a difficult role because people want to knock you off. Everybody in the tournament wants to knock you off. What has been the strength of your team, do you believe, throughout this last couple of weeks here?
I think it's experience. Things weren't going our way during the round robin. We were rubbing on every guard, and we just knew if we persevered and made the playoffs that we'd have a chance. And, we're playing really well and got a good feel for the ice and the rocks. So, hopefully we'll come out good tomorrow.
What about Kelly Scott? She's been sort of knocking on the door for the past couple of years. What do you see from her in an opponent?
Oh, they're just a great team, solid from lead to skip. And so, I know we're going to have to come out and play well tomorrow, and I expect it to be a really good game and probably go down to last rock.
I mentioned your takeout weight at the top there. That was obviously the 4 in the 8th end. Do you at all ever shy away from throwing the big takeout weight?
No, it's probably one of the strengths of our team. Jill can throw it hard, and and so can I. And when we have a shot, we like to go for it, especially on this ice. You can throw it hard enough, it's just going to run right down the sheet. So it's good for that, and we'll hopefully have a couple of those tomorrow.
Anything to the fact that your team might be a little hungry after winning that Canadian championship last year? Close calls at the Olympic curling trials in Halifax, and now you want it after watching the Olympic Games and not being there.
Oh, absolutely. I think the biggest thing is that the Worlds are in Canada, and what more could you want representing Canada in your own country? So, we're really going to come out and, put everything we have into it tomorrow. And like I said, hopefully we'll have Hammer coming home and have a shot to win.
What's the plan for preparation now tonight? You just go back? Do you talk to each other? What happens?
We just rest. We're really actually quite boring. We'll go back and just relax and rest and hopefully get a good night's sleep and, be rested for tomorrow.
Jennifer, all the best of luck to you against Kelly Scott, and congratulations on your victory today.
Thanks a lot. Hi, everyone. Thanks for all the support.
Hi, everybody back in Winnipeg, Manitoba. There's Jennifer Jones of Team Canada, who scores a 10-4 victory over Colleen Jones today. Tomorrow, we'll have the Scott Tournament of Hearts final from here at the John Labatt Centre in London, Ontario. That's at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Kelly Scott versus Jennifer Jones, 9:30 a.m. Pacific from the Forest City of London. Hello, Kelly Scott. Jennifer Jones and Team Canada are on their way to the Scott final. Colleen Jones, we'll talk to her after the break, 6-time Canadian champion, couldn't get it done today. She was in search of a 7th. 10-4, Team Canada, the final, going on to the final against Kelly Scott. We'll return in a moment. I don't want to say they've been together a long time, but they've been together a long time. Colleen Jones and her mates, Marianne Arsenault, Kim Kelly, Nancy Delahunt, have won a lot of Canadian championships together. Make it 5 together. Colleen Jones has won 6 on her own, trying for a 7th today and fell a little bit short. Was it an emotional time to find out after 8 ends that you were going to shake hands?
A little bit, because every time you're back here, you kind of say this could be the last time. And I think a lot of people had our team as finished last year when we had a disappointing Scott and then the Olympic trials, and a lot of people thought, well, that was it. At least that was the rumor mill. And so to fight back and get back and to be strong sort of all week, and we had an awesome game yesterday, and I came out a little flat today, and Jennifer was on fire. So every time you're playing in it, you kind of go, you look around and you go, it might not ever be here again. So you sort of maybe are a little more emotional when you lose, because while everybody else is at the start of their career, you're at the twilight. So you've got to kind of make hay while the sun is shining.
Remember when Pierre Trudeau went out for that walk and said, am I going to come back? And he looked at the snow falling and into the stars. And you guys had a match where you didn't play well early on in this season when you were beginning this kind of comeback, and I think you convened a meeting, didn't you? And you said, are we in this to play? Are we in this for the long haul?
Yeah, that's true. We did that at our first game at the provincials. I don't know that we took the walk and the snow and the stars and everything, but Kim was sort of, are you ready to go? And the thing about this team is that we've had fire in our belly for so long, and we fought so long over the years that sometimes it gets hard to keep that fight up. I think sometimes you just kind of get maybe tired a little bit, and and you have to be fresh all the time. You have to be as hungry as the kids because they really want it, and you have to maintain that sort of intensity and drive. And as soon, I started sort of just a little bit off. If I had made that draw for 2, it would have, I think, been a different game. The momentum changes. Instead, there's that, well, what'd you do that for, sort of. And then you start, I was questioning rocks. I was questioning a lot of things like that. And so that, once you start second guessing yourself, you're obviously not playing with a lot of confidence. So, and that's a great team, Team Canada. So you have to be really on your game when you're playing them.
Yeah, we heard you at one point in time. I can't remember what end it was, maybe the 6th end. You were starting to question the rock. Was there something to your rocks? Were they picking up something?
They definitely picked. And then Kim threw them in the last end, and hers definitely curled. So I definitely might have had a little bit of a cutter. And after a week of curling with them, you should know your rocks. But and you hate to blame the rocks. They were on fire, and I was that little bit off. And we just weren't quite. We're just that little bit off, and when the other team's playing that well, you just kind of go, bad day at the office.
I know you hate to make judgments now or proclamations now, but it has been 20 Scots. It has been 6 Canadian championships, and I wonder if you ever get to the point where you say, that's enough, that's it, I want to go home.
Many times.
And I want to spend some time with my family, or is there always another day to play?
Well, many times I say that. Many times I say, we've done enough and we don't have to do anything more. And yet then there's a part of us that, when you come 3rd in Canada, you realize, what, darn it, we still have it. I remember talking to Danielle Goyette at the opening ceremonies of the Olympics and saying, some people, this is your last Olympics, what are you doing? And she goes, I know I'm still fit, I can play, but, and you're going, well, why? Why quit if you can still play? The reality is sometimes the pressure and the non-stop commitment, after a while, you kind of go, that's enough. I'm really proud of the team and how they've played over the years. By the same token, I think a lot of us would look and say, well, maybe there's other things to do in the winter. But is there anything else that makes our blood go like this and our heart thump and gets us excited like this? Curling's a fabulous game, and our life is better for it. So because of it. So. It's hard to imagine not playing. Yet we know that time is coming, and we don't want to hang on as, almost their kind of team. Once you've tasted victory a lot, you don't want to be just kind of hanging in and people feeling sorry for you.
Yeah, obviously nobody feels sorry for you because you've done so much. A last question though, and that is that in this sport, as it's progressed over time, the Olympics has become the real nugget, and you've come close to the Olympic appearance. Is that still something that you would consider taking another run at because the Olympics are at home in Canada?
Yeah, definitely. You can see yourself going. To me, it's all a nugget. Like just playing the game and playing well and playing at the Scott is great. And the Olympics are this other kind of nugget. To me, sometimes 2010 seems a long, long way off still, but yet if anything could kind of keep us kind of pushing for more, it would probably be that. But things start to wear out on you. Hips and knees ain't what they used to be. So, but yet, we've just enjoyed the time, and it's hard. I think what you have to remember from the week is we played great. 3rd in Canada is nothing to wave at. That you're still clearly you're clearly just knocking on the door. The reality is the kids that we've seen here this week are phenomenal. They're great, great players. So you kind of know, all right, you either have to get tougher still or pack it in. So I kind of like the get tougher thing.
Yeah, you always have. Congratulations, and say hi to your family.
I can't wait to see them. It's been forever. I can't wait to get home.
There you go, the great Colleen Jones, who has won 6 Canadian championships and says farewell to the people here at the John Labatt Centre in London. Don, Mike, and Joan when we return.
Will the Scott champion repeat, or will Scott engrave her name on the Scott in the championship game tomorrow here in London, Ontario? And Jennifer Jones, when she got set to throw her final stone, wasted little time in making the decision as to the shot she would play. She attempted the double, it was successful, and the reward was 4 points and handshake time as the defending champion advances to the championship game with her 10-4 win over Colleen Jones, the 6-time Canadian champion. And what a gracious interview by Colleen when she was talking to Scott. I don't think anyone's going to feel sorry for Colleen. They're going to applaud the success she has had.
Well, what I just love about Colleen Jones is she's always been so honest, and that was such an honest interview with Scott. She could have blamed the rocks. She took full credit for coming up short today, and I think when you're a champion, you can go out as a quitter, and you quit while you're on the top, or you go down fighting. And I think a lot of people will respect Colleen Jones because she's fighting all the way to the end, and what a role model for all those curlers out there.
So tomorrow we have an interesting situation in the final. Two former junior teammates, Kelly Scott of Kelowna against Jennifer Jones of Manitoba. Team Canada out of the St. Vital Curling Club.
Yeah, very interesting matchup actually. And you look at Jennifer Jones playing, you know, it was a blowout in 8 ends, but really not, it was a little sloppy affair, and missed opportunities by both teams really the story. And Colleen mentioned draw weight was elusive for her, and it cost her the end. They swept that stone to the back 4 foot, left the double. You know, stone coming to the top 8 foot would have left a really good opportunity to steal actually for Colleen. So it's a little bit of a messy game. And Kelly Scott, I thought she was in a great frame of mind. We had a chance to talk with her yesterday, and we said, you know, what a great game. You guys played amazingly well against Colleen in that 1-2 game. She goes, no, just kind of the way we've been playing all week. And really a great mindset, great attitude going into the final game. They didn't over-exceed their expectations in that 1-2 game, just kind of played the way they've been going all week. It's going to be a tough battle for Jennifer Jones to defend her championship.
Well, Kelly Scott, after the disappointment of the Olympic trials in Halifax, to come back, regroup, and qualify for the Scott, and then to get to the championship game. And her team has played very well.
They have been the most consistent team here all week, and when we watched Jennifer Jones this afternoon, we saw a little bit of lack of confidence and not a lot of fire in the belly. And I think Kelly Scott, after losing that Olympic trials final on the last end by giving up 3 to Shannon Kleibrink, she's got the fire, she's got intensity, and she's got the most consistent team here. They will be tough to beat. It's going to be a great game tomorrow.
Well, we certainly look forward to the game that's going to take place here tomorrow, the championship for 2006 at the John Labatt Centre in London. Jennifer Jones, the defending champion, against Kelly Scott of British Columbia, 12:30 Eastern Time.
The Scott Tournament of Hearts on CBC is brought to you by Ford, built for life in Canada. By M&M Meat Shops, hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle. And by Tim Hortons, roll up the rim to win.
The final of the 25th anniversary Scott Tournament of Hearts tomorrow from London, Ontario, the John Labatt Centre, 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, across the CBC network. It's all about how the rock turns. How did it turn for Colleen Jones today? Well, Jennifer Jones and Team Canada were better. It was a 10-4 final. It only took 8 ends. Maybe it was about those rocks, but Nova Scotia couldn't get it done today. 6 times Colleen Jones has been the Canadian champion. Today, it is Team Canada. Kathy Overton-Clapham, Jill Officer, Kim Kelly disappointed today, as was the great skip, Colleen Jones. She wears the heart on her sleeve, so does Jennifer Jones. She won the 2005 championship, and she'll be back to defend against Kelly Scott when we come back skiing from Norway.